Okay. Last time, you all woke up in a camp where you defeated the kobolds. After a brief and fiery conversations, no tents were harmed in the making of this session, you all made your way back to town, where you temporarily went your separate ways to find drinks, collect bounties, information, and your own personal effects. You then made your way as a group to the Crystal Decanter, shared drinks and a meal, and what you believe to be a private conversation. The next day, you prep to head to the abandoned Temple of Graynor, stopping at the Fire Haberdashery and meeting the Owl and Kashaw. He sold you fine hats and a few valuable potions, making Barbaros incredibly uncomfortable the entire time. Finally, you make your way west to the temple, finding no signs of the company of soldiers who had been guarding this place just a day or two before when Henry and Velmarith had come to visit it to begin with. Upon investigating the grounds and the entrance, you find no signs of the soldiers, except a single bloody handprint pressed into the frame of the door. With that, we pick up with all of you standing at the descending steps that lead to the entry of this long abandoned temple. What would you like to do?
What was our marching order for this?
Yes.
I believe Henry was investigating as the one who discovered the bloody handprint.
Was that me? Did I do a thing? Did I do that?
I think you did a thing.
Is that why you said we eat the wizard in first?
I feel like Henry already forgot what he found.
Yeah, probably.
Exactly.
That's the problem. Henry has my memory.
You were all made aware, but I believe Henry is probably at the forefront.
Barbaros,
it
how do you
seems-
want to handle this?
We should reconnoiter the territory. Check anything that comes in and out, see if anyone's been camping down in this location. I am not so good, my eyes rolled. Yes.
Do we check around the tower first, or do we check in? I feel like we should explore first.
Yes, we check around the grounds.
First.
I'll stay here at the front with Henry then.
Is
I
there a
will say
well within?
last session, you all did do a jaunt around the grounds, and you saw no signs of the soldiers. You didn't go in depth
Okay.
into the woods or anything, but you did do a cursory lap around.
You said
Where
the
do
camp
the
was
men
there was no
draw their
camp, right?
water?
It was just gone.
No.
Yeah, there was no signs of the camp at all.
Not even like a camp was here.
No, I think there was. There was like burnt
Right,
out
there was like
fires.
the
That's about it.
faintest signs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Of like a burnt fire or something, but no
Okay.
like camping stuff left in a hurry or anything.
Where do the men draw water from? Which of you have been here before?
We were only here briefly. We didn't ascertain many details of their camp structure.
We
Well,
were
if-
just turned away at the front of the gate, so we weren't sure how many were even in here. There's just guards out front. That's pretty much right.
Barbaros takes a look at this tower. Now I can't remember. It's are winters pretty hard here?
Fairly mild. You'll get a handful of snowstorms, and like on a good one, you'll get a foot or two, but it's never anything crazy.
So but basically ice forms.
Yes, you do get ice.
So they'll have a well, probably someplace nearby so they can draw water, possibly inside. If we find anybody, it'll be near that at the very least. They'll have to draw from it several times a day. Oh, they're hauling all their water up from a stream nearby.
DM, do we know if there's a stream anywhere near here?
Henry and Velmarith would not know. Not local. You stopped here for like an hour about 2 days ago and then headed back. You've been in town for less than a week.
Mm-hmm.
The
This
rest
is
of
a-
you search for the well. I will go see if there's a stream nearby.
That's good. And we'll check the grounds, see if we can see any recent foot traffic. I don't really have an eye for that. Tarek?
Tarek has been lost in thought the entire time. How far away from the actual like main temple with the bloody handprint are we?
When we left off, you were essentially like 10, 15
at the
feet
door?
from the door where you noticed it.
Mhm.
So unless you guys have backed up, you're still roughly within
Yeah.
10, 15 feet of the door.
Tarek would have sat down immediately and started ritual casting tech magic.
Okay.
Yeah. So so Barbaros looks over at him and Tarek's like, "Oh, what's up? What's happening?"
This Mark, is this actual blood or is it ochre? Maybe some dye.
Like it-
don't have this expertise. I am currently trying to find any signs of magic.
Well, that would be better to know before I put a knife on it and see what it is.
Henry will quickly mutter to himself, look like he's having a mild seizure, and cast Mage Hand, and then just have it float over and just kind of like do this to like brush against the handprint, and then have it come back towards Barbaros.
Okay. Just make a dexterity check for me.
Oh god. Okay, fine. Let's see how it is.
It's incredibly low DC. You're literally just having it go over and scrape something, but it's can you actually get something on the magic finger and bring it back?
No, not in the slightest.
Magic
Starting off strong.
Natural one.
Just slaps it.
God damn.
Smears
Hey,
the
no,
shit out
knocks
of
on
it.
the door instead.
No, I think Henry does this. So he does the mage hand, and then he realizes he's trying to manipulate the hand at a distance that he's not used to anymore. So like he's kind of farther back, and it keeps like slightly missing where it's supposed to get
He has
the
no depth
blood,
perception.
and it just keeps like tapping the wall in random places.
You're like an old person trying to work a credit card machine.
Yes,
Why
it's like
won't this work?
why can't I hit the button?
So, Barbara, you watch as
Wait a minute.
Henry apparates this spectral, semi-translucent hand. It floats over, and it keeps essentially just like clawing at the stonework around the handprint, and effectively
Hey.
does nothing.
Hey, to Barbaros's eye, that
almost-
looks like it's shielded.
I've almost got it. It's right. It's a stubborn
Question.
thing.
Seth, what?
Do any of you spellcasters happen to have bat guano? Or a spell component pouch?
Well, I do. I'm not entirely sure if I have packed guano.
I usually just use this. And
First question: do any of your active spells require guano?
I don't think so.
Back in the day, most fire-based ones did. That's why I
Fireball
was asking.
still requires bat guano,
Yes,
but we
I
are
don't-
not level.
I need
Fire-
anything that
Fireball
can
does
be
that.
classified as a
3?
form of
I don't remember
nitrate.
when you were level.
Henry, roll me a d20.
I can do that.
Are we level 3 yet?
I'm already, like, as that's
He's
happening, I'm
gonna
already
stab
prepping
you.
out my alchemy kits and starting the boiling.
15.
Does Henry go looking to see if his component pouch has guano?
Yeah, he does not remember what he brought, so he's just kind of like going through it at this
You
point.
do. You find a leather pouch with like a stopper in it, and you pop it off, and it is guano.
Oh, found it.
It smells really bad.
Without even looking, reaches over to Henry and takes it. Pinches out, like, just a small amount into his vial, hands it back.
Oh, nice. Okay. That's all.
I'll
That's
go
all
ahead
you need.
and,
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and use alchemist supplies to try to create nitrophthalic acid out of this to create luminal spray.
Okay.
I'm needing an English translation for that.
Same. I kind of understand.
He's gonna
Oh,
see if it's
shit.
blood.
Yeah.
You wanted to see if it's blood, Barbara?
Oh, luminol. Sorry, I
Yep.
didn't catch that word.
Luminal
Okay.
spray.
He's
Yeah.
There's
he's
such
CSI
easier
in
ways to
this.
do this. He was literally asking so he wouldn't have to go over and just scrape and sniff, and we're getting into CSI stuff. I love it.
Take a swig, spray it out onto it, and see if it reacts.
Who invented
Okay.
luminol and forgotten?
Don't
The
question it.
Chinese, probably.
Don't
This
So
is not
you-
Forgotten Realms. Sorry, this is not Forgotten Realms. This is.
What did you get for your roll for the alchemist supplies?
23.
23. Okay, without issue, you are able to do up and make that. So how do you apply it to the handprint?
Since it's normally meant to be a mist and I don't have the means to do it, I will quaff it into my throat a little bit and then spray it out as a light mist out of my mouth. I will begin immediately drinking water to, like, not poison myself.
Okay, just for fun, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
I got you.
Oh,
See if you get
no.
water in there fast enough, or do you burn holes in your tongue?
It's the poopy flavor.
It's not great. We're
Same?
fine.
Jesus.
There you go.
What'd you get?
23.
23.
All
Not my
right,
first.
nice.
It ain't my
Yeah,
first time
without
drinking this
issue,
crap.
you years of alchemical work and working with caustic fucking fluids and other things. You have siphoned worse than this before. It leaves a foul taste in your mouth and you gag a little bit, but you're able to swig some water and get it out. And
I
He
think that
drinks the
cobalt
spray.
just killed my taste buds.
Mm.
So I don't know how that spray works myself, but whatever it's supposed to indicate, it shows it is blood.
Just say that's the
What
best
does
part. You're the
blue
DM. It
mean?
can work however you want it to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Again, it's that freaking cartoon. What does blue mean?
yeah.
No,
The color
no.
just changes as it applies to the blood,
Like,
and
in
indicates
lieu
that
of-
it is in fact blood.
I imagine in lieu of a black light, it just reacts to Tarek's detect magic.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
There
You
you go.
can say that, yeah. So you coat it in a mist, and right about as you finish that, Tarek, you finish ritually casting detect magic.
Hey,
And the mist does, it glows a faint blue color and indicates that this is indeed blood. But it's almost impossible to see because the entirety of this tower is vibrantly glowing. You know that every school of magic, when you are using detect magic to
Yes.
see it, conceive it,
Mm-hmm.
they are hued different colors based on the school. This is the blinding silver white light of pure divine energy.
Cool.
And I would actually have familiarity with that being an Aasimar too.
You would.
Tarek his face just goes white. Oh, shit.
Are you all right? You seem to have lost some color, and that seems hard for you.
That entire tower is covered in divine magic.
Interesting. So is this a mark of admiration or desecration?
Yeah, I have a question, DM.
Yes.
Does it go below the ground, or does it start at the ground floor and go up? I have 30 feet of radius on this.
And it goes
It's-
a couple inches in the soil, so you'd be able to see it.
Yeah, if you pry back a little bit of the dirt and look, the structure continues down like there's a foundation, and that light still emanates there as well.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to, is Velnerith or actually, is Velnerith near me? I'm not asking
Yeah,
Henry. It's not gonna go well.
I'm there.
Okay, I'm gonna hold up my totem and not really for any reason, just because I do. How do you know how deep this goes?
We do not. As we said, we were on the outside gates and we were turned away, told to come back after the one in charge was to show up. And this is us returning. We have no
Interesting.
additional information.
We did. We were initially brought in to see this because it was going to be a sizable information stronghold of what we were looking for. There's key information in this tower, so I assume it's probably larger than it looks.
Yeah, who built it?
Facto, it goes down.
You said this was a temple. Who is it a temple to?
A good question. Who built this?
We need more
Henry
information.
and Velnerith, you would know the answer to that question. You don't
Uh,
have to share, but you do know.
I'm aware.
DM, remind me, because Henry wouldn't filter.
It was a temple to the god of war and battle, Graynor.
Oh, it's a temple of Graynor, the god of war and bloodshed. Just it very, very interesting find. Truly.
Graynor. I don't recall any iconography with bloody hands.
Just a
The god of war. Theoretically, the depiction of war could be construed in multiple different ways, and then you just start trailing off.
Yeah, no, we understand. Many ways, many forms. Still, a bloody hand.
It's
Not a
not
symbol
normally
I'm
what we
familiar
do.
with.
I don't think it was a symbol. I think there's somebody been taken in there. I'm going to use the logic of there's a bloody handprint. The people we are looking for are not here. We go in, or we don't, and they probably
Ah,
meet a gruesome, gruesome end.
I don't think anyone was taken. Otherwise, there would be more signs of a struggle.
Not if they
But-
were enchanted or caught in the middle of the night.
But the question,
Regardless,
this is
question
the
is-
only
we do
thing that
need
can
to
leave
go
behind.
in, regardless.
the question is that they were able to leave, pack up everything, and go. But there's this bloody handprint, so there was some kind of possible altercation, and Henry will just start like scanning the area. Do we see like soil that has absorbed blood in the vicinity? Like this is where somebody died. They picked them up and left, but like there's still like a blood pool that in the soil where it's just slightly off colored.
Roll an investigation check, please.
Let's do better than a 1.
Guidance.
Thank you. And then
19.
19. I'll take that.
Like
Very
a
nice.
sir.
Okay. So, two things. As you investigate the general area looking for more signs of blood, something I should have mentioned, and I believe I failed to. This handprint is upside down, as if someone was gripping from the inside.
To
And-
come out.
Yes, like pulling on the door frame.
What size is the handprint?
So we never determined like what this handprint is. Does it have claws?
Yeah.
Are there 6 fingers? Is there webbing?
Yeah.
That is a wonderful question. It seems to be humanoid sized.
Any defining things on it?
Not that you notice. But, second thing,
Ah,
as that catches your eye and you look down, you do see, and it may have helped that Tarek turned up some of the soil near the base to see how deep the stone went. There is a tinge to the earth around the doorway. Like, you're mostly on like flagstone steps, but you have to remember this was an excavation site. So there's still rough, like tossed dirt and sand throughout the place. And right around the doorway where the handprint is, there's signs of blood seeped into the stone.
I take my staff and I start like tapping the stone, tapping the soil, and like I dig up like a tiny bit of it. It's like, and it does in fact seem that somebody may or may not have met their end in this specific location. Oh, that's a fair amount of blood.
So Barbaros is going to take a step over towards it and scan the ground and the walls, or the area about.
I'd like to know what Fayan finds before I descend down into this.
And onto that note, Thane, roll me a survival check, please, as you search for a stream.
Did we send anybody else with him, or is he just solo adventuring and gonna disappear from the party, and nobody
I
will
mean,
know?
that's what happened when he got here too.
I think he's solo.
They're having a fun adventure.
He's good at this.
Thane, what'd you get?
I think you're muted.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
true. I was chatting the whole time.
no.
Yeah, if no one like specifically came after them, they were just going off on their own. But I got an 18 total for survival.
Okay, awesome. You spent a full day and a half walking along the large river that feeds this whole area, and you had seen a few branches off, so based on that, you were able to quickly make your way slightly south. Probably about a quarter mile away, there's a fairly decently sized stream, about 10 feet across or so, a couple feet deep. Easy enough to wade through, and definitely clean water. Would be a
And
hike.
Do I find any footprints coming and going?
Roll an investigation check or perception check.
My perception's better than my investigation. That's still not great. 13.
13. You don't see any footprints specifically, but as you kind of scan up and down the banks of the stream, you do notice through the grass, not right where you came through, but about 100 or so yards off to one side, you do notice there seems to be a lightly worn footpath.
Okay. Can I go check that out? Wander over there.
As you do, going off of that check, I mean, you're familiar with game trails and things like that. This is clearly worn from humanoid footprints, but it doesn't seem to be well worn, so it's newer.
Okay. I'm not sure how long people have been stationed at this site. But with this information, I'll probably head back to the party now.
So, queuing back to all of you, realizing that there's a small pool of blood seeped into the dirt around the doorway. It's roughly around now that Fane returns.
There does seem to be a footpath leading to the river, but not an old one. Do you have any idea how long people are stationed here?
Valnor, do you remember how long generally how long it's been since we came here? It's been a day, maybe two, I think.
Yeah, we've been here for less than a week total, but
But it took us some time to get here, and we did get a report from our people that they found something that we may want to look into. DM, how long has it been since we got the notice at the Illuminated Circle that there was information that we might seek here?
Roll me a history check. Because Henry's memory is shite.
Yes. History check. Not great. 11. Not terrible.
I would say it took you roughly a month to get from Nautilus to Ingswich. And you received word from your sources probably a week or two before so you could make preparations and gather the supplies needed to leave.
So at the very minimum, it would be 2.5 months
that they would station. Yeah.
That they would be stationed here. Well, it took about a month to get from where we were to here. So travel time, they were here when we got here. But it was a little while, 2 weeks or so, that we had to prep and get information. And then you calculate the amount of time that it took for somebody to get from there to here. 2.5 months, minimum, maybe 3. Who knows? Something like that.
The footpath that I found was not that worn down, was it? With multiple trips a day for 2.5 months.
Yeah, hard to say. Hard to say.
I'm not convinced that was their primary source of water, but it did become it at some point.
So the water beneath could be turned brackish, forces people out. Yeah. It means that anybody who has to come out of a place can't hold it in siege. So I expect, with the bloody footprints that we see here, water drawn from outside, whoever's in there, we won't find many that we want to find. I need light. If any of you can provide it, and I'll go first.
Again, not even looking up for my totem, just cast light on his whatever weapon he's holding.
Okay.
Henry, now
Tarek
realizing
reaches over
that he's doing that, will also cast dancing lights at the same time. So it's just really bright.
I want to
Auroros,
clarify
what weapon are you
something.
wielding?
I'm gonna go with shield and Morningstar because enclosed area, he's not gonna want to use the greatsword.
I'm gonna go with. I'm actually sorry. I do want a shield then. That is where I go with it because I wouldn't care what weapon he's always gonna use a shield for the most part. I do want to clarify something that I should have asked like 10 minutes ago. When I sense that divine energy,
Mhm.
I'm trying to think how to ask this. Would Tarek know if that is normal of a temple? Like that level of divine energy is normal of a temple?
Like, is it overly radiant?
Yeah, like that's because he wouldn't make a big deal if he knew that he knew that it was just had some like divinely
Yeah.
enchanted stuff. Like,
Did he look
radiant
into
glow
a
on it.
candle or did he
Yeah.
stare directly in the sun?
no, he told me
roll
I stared directly
me-
into the sun, but I don't know if that's normal. Is the
Right.
Yeah.
Roll me a religion check.
Is this the is it the level that a blessing gets, or like did not Pelor show up and just bless the area itself?
Yeah, I'm gonna guidance myself. Just look into the grass and just focus and cast guidance upon myself. And I will roll my religion, and I will roll a 9 plus. Hold on, it could be fine. It could be fine. Where might be okay. It might be okay. 3, 12.
12. Okay. As a druid, you're not very well versed in divinity itself, but the nature of your birth leads you to have some experience in this area. Most temples have some aura of divinity to them, just based on the presence of the clerics, the paladins, and the faint essence of their godly patron. This level of divine essence is extremely concentrated.
Okay. So were you all done with playing with the streams, or are we going to do something about this?
Don't cross the streams, Ray.
Well, what is it that we do? We need? Do we have an order? You have the light on your shield. You seem stalwart. Maybe go first.
I will step in first. Line up behind me. Try to protect my flanks if any openings come in on my left or my right.
Henry will do like a 180 while thinking about it. Do we have somebody who can actually check for traps?
I'm fairly
Technically, that would
proficient.
be I would say it'd be either me or Seth.
We don't have
Okay.
rogues. We have rogue adjacent.
Yeah,
Although
I mean
here
that's
we have a
literally like
paradise.
yeah. Tarek's an investigator. Like that's he's rogue adjacent. This whole thing.
Well, if someone who is proficient at spying those kinds of contraptions that could be close behind, we may be able to get through this safely.
I am not proficient in that.
I placed my hand on Barbaros's left shoulder and just let him know I'm on your 6.
Okay. Keep your short knives close.
And I'll step in.
All right. With your newly shining shield, essentially acting like a headlight, you push open the stone door, and the light cascades out and shows a modest entry chamber. It's about 15 feet across and about 10 feet in, and there's a slight archway that leads into a room after that. And you see etchings and runes inscribed all the way around this archway, and the walls are stone reliefs of an bearded armored man wielding a sword and shield, just in different acts of battle throughout the wall.
DM, my detect magic would have worn off by now, just in case I don't want you to give me more information than I need. Essentially.
DM, with us knowing who this is and possibly have done research on this, would we know the statue and individual as the god of the temple?
For Velnerith and Henry both, yes. With your prior knowledge, no roll required. It is clearly a relief of Greynor, just depicting the entire wall.
Gotcha.
Forgive us our trespasses, O Lord of Wars. We step into your domains.
As I scan the area back and forth and hold up the shield, painting it like a bullseye lantern.
We have his blessing. Do not worry about his wrath.
As he does that, I will send in my dancing lights and just send them out to like the corners of the room to try to give like a light hue throughout the entire space as well, so that he can focus direct light on what he wants to see. But like there's no space in here that is like pure darkness.
Okay. What languages does everybody speak? Or more specifically, does anybody speak Celestial?
I do.
Or
The
Infernal?
Aasimar in the group does speak Celestial.
I do not.
That's just Fane.
Celestial both?
I speak Celestial.
Yeah.
As
Does
that
anybody
is my-
speak Infernal?
No.
Does Abyssal count?
Does not.
No, it's not Infernal.
Yeah. I speak Abyssal, not Infernal.
Yep.
Fucking abyss void speakers over here. What are you guys doing?
So, as you all step in, the runes and etchings around the archway, you see they read, "Enter here only, ye who are strong of heart, iron of will, steadfast of mind, and willing to die."
I would read that out loud.
Henry just like sadly lowers his head and like starts to go turn away, and when he hears the sound of mind piece.
Gonna reach down and like
Oh,
turn
no.
him back so he comes back the way he's supposed to. Yep, there you go. Mhm.
I'm a smart individual, but I know I'm failing.
Is this some mantra, or is this just looking at Velnerith?
Would I know if this is anything?
Roll of religion check with advantage.
If it's specific to this, or if it's just a creed.
Yeah. I'm asking like this is a mantra of the god itself,
I'm
like
gonna
as
guidance
opposed to just
myself.
some shit somebody wrote on an arch.
That's some really highbrow graffiti.
21.
21. You've never heard this specifically, but you know that Graynor is the god of battle, war, violence, and self-sacrifice.
Mhm.
And all those things require you to be courageous, steadfast of mind, and typically willing to die. But you have never heard this specific saying.
It is the saying I have not heard, but the traits that are said within it are well known amongst his believers.
Yes,
That was-
the adherents of Graynor are often lovers of war and battle, but I keep a silver coin for Helia next to my heart. It's the edge of a knife and a trickster's luck that keeps you alive in a battlefield.
A simple no would have sufficed. And I'm gonna go look for. I'm gonna do what nobody has done so far. Is there a streak of blood in here somewhere?
Is there a body?
Yeah, or a body or something. Like, is there?
Roll a perception or an investigation check.
They're the same. I'm
body.
gonna go with investigation because I can.
Guidance.
The flavor is different based on what
It
you roll.
is 23 without guidance.
Okay. With guidance?
Oh, sorry,
Say,
with guidance.
Add guidance.
I
see if
might
you
roll.
can
I
see
might
through
roll
the
an ultra
ether.
crit or something. It's fine. What the hell? Oh,
See if
sorry.
you can roll
I, tabbed
through
it.
the
I had the wrong tab open. That is a 25 with guidance.
25 with guidance. Okay. So as you look down and look for any streak of blood on the floor, you do see, and you're still just in this entry chamber.
Yeah.
There is a carpet. It's worn, tattered, and right at the edge of it, you do see a pool of blood dried into the carpet. But there is nothing on the stone beside it. The pool does look incomplete. It looks like there should be some on the stone, and there isn't any.
I immediately take. As soon as I notice, I immediately take out the dagger that Seth gave me. I just cut away the carpet.
Okay. As you do, the stone underneath same slate gray color as the outside, is spotless.
I think the temple's eating people.
Don't say such things.
That is powerfully unsettling.
Look for any doors, a chamber going up, one going down. Look for anything that's been forced, locks, door frames that have been splintered, signs of struggle.
Do you all step through the archway out of the entry chamber?
I
Yeah.
do.
Okay.
I'd like to perceive the area that he was investigating.
Go ahead and roll me. Like you want to look at the floor?
Yeah, I want to try to get another angle on it now that he's cut away that carpet.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Oof, that's ugly. 9. Never mind.
9.
I'm sorry.
Oof.
I'm
Yeah,
sure you'll. I'm
the-
sure you'll beat a 25 on investigation, definitely.
The stone underneath is spotless. No dust where the rug was. No spots of blood or anything.
Weird.
And Tark, as you cut away the carpet, it is still damp.
Yeah.
Okay. As you all step out of the antechamber into the room beyond, Henry, you send out your dancing lights, illuminating this massive circular room. It's about 200 feet across in every direction. So, from floor to ceiling, the walls, it is the same slate gray stone as outside. To the right of the room, you see an archway, and as your dancing lights fly past, you do notice the stairway. The left side is another archway, another stairway leading down. At the center of this room, there's a raised dais, however you say it. It's about 4 steps up, and at the center, it's a lone standing mirror, framed in a tarnished and inornate brass.
With doing our research before coming here, with the small amount of information that we got from this place, would I know what this is?
Roll a history or religion check.
Can I do the same?
Sure.
I'm gonna do religion.
History and religion are the same, so I'll do a history check. Just to be
got natural one.
different.
Natural one.
Oh
Oof.
no.
Did they just
I
pick up
didn't do
2
much better.
schlubs
I
off
got
the
a
street to
7.
come here? Like, did they just like, hey, you and you go investigate this temple?
Oh no.
Uh,
we weren't told to come here.
Henry, what'd you get? I'm sorry.
I got a 7.
Okay. From what you remember, there's no iconography or symbology in Greynor's lore that has anything to do with mirrors.
Well, it seems interesting and important. As I bring one of the dancing lights close to the mirror just to kind of like highlight that space.
Okay.
It seems like something that is probably pivotal to the space.
I'm gonna go
Any
stand in
ideas?
front of it.
You go and stand in front of it.
Mhm.
Valnerith, mirrors in a religious, I kind of like try to just like get her to stop moving forward towards it. And mirrors can be very, very tricky, and depending on where you are and what belief system was like instilled within that device, if it is magical in nature. I don't think directly interfacing with it right this second is the best idea.
I go stand in front of it.
Please, I know you don't like to listen to me, but please, I
You-
am
you
here
all approach-
specifically.
Please no.
I am here specifically to keep us alive.
So,
Are there any loose rocks on the ground?
I was gonna ask for a ball bearing from Seth.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
There you
We'll
go.
get to that in a second. Velnerith, you make your way forward. And it is roughly 100 feet away, because this is a massive room, and it's at the very center. As you start making your way towards it, Henry, are you following behind her, trying to slow her down, or do you just stand still and just kind of shout at her?
No,
as she
I'm
walks along?
moving forward, but I am slower than her on a good day, and so I'm kind of like moving forward and like hand out and trying to like explain as she's just walking forward.
So you move forward, and Henry trails behind, just kind of talking at you. Fuck. Seth, roll me a perception check to see if there's rocks. Tarek, you ask Seth for a ball bearing, and he provides one.
Yep.
Yeah, but you didn't need to look for the rocks. I don't think. I just want to. I
Yeah.
was gonna huck something at the
There you go.
mirror. If it's magic, it won't break. If it's not, then it will. That's all I got.
But not as
As
anything
I
else.
am walking, can I also just scan the ground to make sure I'm not stepping in any traps?
Sure. Roll a perception check.
That is smart.
What did you get, Seth, for your perception?
18.
I'm gonna
18.
Guidance
You do
myself.
find a little bit of like loose rubble right by the doorway. Looks like it was kind of kicked in, honestly.
Hmm.
And
Then that means
Tarek,
they came in here.
what is your ranged attack? That's like 60 feet, right? So you'd have to
Whatever
move
default
significantly
is, I don't
closer.
have it. Yes, I don't. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll walk forward until I think I can successfully hit a stationary object.
Okay. You move
No.
within roughly 60 feet and go ahead and
Yeah.
make me a improvised weapon attack, ranged weapon attack. I believe that's
Okay, so is
just.
that
Are you
just
proficient with improvised weapons?
Unless you have a sling.
I think everybody
Everybody
is.
is technically.
Everybody's
Okay,
technically. Yeah.
so go ahead
Yeah,
and roll
I
me
don't
a
have a
dex-
sling, and I don't feel like
I
making
don't
up
think
that I'm
slings
fashioning
exist
one.
in
So.
5e.
dexterity
got-
check.
No,
plus
they
your
do. They
proficiency.
do. I
Not
have
for like
proficiency with slings.
players.
No, I have slings. I have proficiency with slings.
Really? Hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I do. Anyway, sorry about that. Let's see. So I'm gonna go with it's just a straight 20 plus 2. So let me just roll a 20.
I also have proficiency with slings.
It's weird. I don't have any dexterity.
Is it a
let's
gnome
see, so
thing? Gnomes just like to slang shit.
I don't know. I get tinkerer's stuff.
I
just being a
accept
gnome.
17.
Slings
17.
are good
Okay.
weapons. It's literally a strip of leather.
You step forward and you hum the bearing, and it ting, right off of the mirror and just pings off. The mirror doesn't even move.
That is
Down the-
unsettling.
And Velnorith, what was your perception check? I'm sorry.
10.
10. You don't see any traps or anything like that. No, nothing seems out of place. It's a smooth floor, made kind of like a flagstones, like almost like there's like a grout line in between everything, just irregularly shaped, but it's perfectly smooth.
This floor seems to be made of floor.
You never tell anybody they don't find anything. That's not how that shit works.
Absolutely is. But go on.
No.
Barbaros. It looks like some of
Yeah.
this gravel was kicked in from the outside. So my guess is if we're looking for a direction that our missing adventurers, it's likely this way.
Very well. Keep the guard up. I'll step forward into it. Keep your eyes and ears open.
Okay.
Bane, do you want
so-
to take Midgard? I'll take rear.
Certainly.
So, as you all sort of make your way forward, Velnorith, you leading the charge, heading straight for the mirror, you do see, as you approach the dais, there is more runes similar to the ones at the door, inscribed on the top of the mirror, etched into the brass. But you don't speak either of those languages, so you can't read them.
It has more that same writing on it.
Oh, okay.
Tarek will step forward and attempt to translate. Except, hold on. Is she now reflected in the mirror?
Have you stepped onto the dais?
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe.
As you come up behind Velnorith, do you step onto the dais?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
The chance in the world.
Yes.
As
Step on
you
the god
look
of
at
wars,
the mirror,
blood altar.
and you are close enough to read the scrawling on the top, you do not see Velnorith's reflection in the mirror, even though she's standing directly in front of it.
He's a vampire killer.
I was gonna say somebody.
consider taking a stick out, just stabbing her with it.
nose yet.
You do amazingly well in the sunlight.
Um, and
all
the
the sunblock.
scrawling on the top, again, in Celestial, there's 2 languages there, and you can see one is Celestial, and it simply reads, "Face yourself."
Tarek steps up onto the dais.
Oh no.
Okay.
That's the
As you step onto the dais, even though Velnorith is in front of you, you see yourself in the mirror.
Velnerith,
And
do you
Velnerith.
see yourself in this mirror?
On that,
I don't know yet.
also see yourself in the mirror. And I need you both to make wisdom saving throws.
Hey, I'm, good at that.
Yay!
I'm actually really good at this. So watch me roll in that one.
Do it.
I'm actually
Be amazing.
+6.
You know, the fun part is that basically both of our
8.
effective healers are the ones
We
that
did
went
it,
into
everyone.
this.
Yeah, that's how this works.
I
We're gonna
rolled a
lose
2.
both of them.
Roll a 2. Oh no.
+6. It's +6. I mean, it's not good, but it's there.
How tall do you think they
11.
are, Barbaros? Or do you think
So neither of them
do you
did
think
great.
cremation is the best option for
great
those
because
two?
I have
And
a
suddenly it's a 4-person
too.
party.
Suddenly.
As
Level 2. Level 2.
Love it. I set these DCs so low too. So as you both look into the mirror and you see yourselves, your vision tunnels, and that's all you can see. It's yourself, and you're caught up in your own space, your own head. You're all that matters to you. You don't give a fuck about anything else.
Of course I am.
Do the rest of us see some kind of change in them?
Do they go slack jawed? Do they just stop moving and stare
You
directly?
actually see both of them straighten up a bit, and the shoulders come back, and they both get a pleasant little, just a self-satisfied smirk on their face.
Tarek specific question.
Mhm.
Do I feel someone else also having this emotion?
You don't feel anyone else at all.
I don't feel my passenger?
You do not.
Oh.
I'm sorry. You
That's not
don't
good.
think about your passenger.
Okay, but I'm not like there's no noticing of like a strange burning in my chest or anything outside of
No. It's just you don't even spare a thought for Ash.
Okay.
Bane, you grab Tark, Barbaros, Velnerith, pop and smoke.
What?
I'm literally going to throw my smoke grenade in between them at the mirror to try to block their vision.
Okay. Go ahead and expend your smoke grenade and then roll roll an attack or a dexterity check.
Alright. Ranged attack incoming.
I'm like, again, as the smoke starts popping and the horrible coughing starts, I'll start shouting, "A blanket would have done fine!"
Smoke was faster! It's on the
so
belt!
with the 6, you envelop Tark and Velnorith in the mirror. The entire dais is engulfed in this smoke rapidly. So none of you can see them. And Velnorith, Tark, you're both engulfed in darkness and smoke, and it's really kind of annoying, but I mean, you're great, so what does smoke matter to you?
Can I see myself still?
No.
It's just an effect that has now happened.
Good.
Hey man, I am not a mage.
Yeah, wheezing, coughing. What is happening here? What was the smoke for? As I'm looking
Famous
over at these
voltage.
two
It's a
people.
mirror! I thought it would block their vision! What do you want from me, old man?
What is
So
wrong
Fane
with
is
the
told to do
mirror?
a thing. Fane is told
Yeah,
to do
Barb.
a thing, so Fane is going to move forward and use their quarterstaff like a blind person's walking stick and try to find the two people that are in the smoke.
Okay, roll a d4.
As Barbaros and I are still trying to muddle through it, I'm just gonna yell at him. See? Fane's not arguing!
2.
Okay, your quarterstaff
Camel.
smacks against like the hard metal of like a greave. And Velnorith, you feel something smack your leg. Not aggressively, but you feel something smack your leg.
I'm just gonna like
Um,
push back on it, like just like annoyed.
realizing that it's a person, I will fumble for them and try to pull them away out of the smoke at least.
Okay. Vilnorth, you first roll me an attack at disadvantage because you're in the dark.
What am I attacking with?
Unarmed strike, grapple.
Okay.
Damn old lizard
Just
braying
stabs
like
him in
a
the chest.
freaking mule.
Bleeds out.
This is just to make sure to see if Fane can get their hands on Vilnorith.
Your
Felner's
hands
playing
off
hard to
me.
get.
DM, while all of this is transpiring, realizing that things are happening and Henry is going to mildly panic, he's just going to cast Mage Armor on himself. Because
Okay.
he hasn't done that today.
He looks.
Nope.
Fane, what'd you
Nope.
get?
14.
14. Vilnorth, what's your AC?
18.
18. You try, Fane, to grab at this figure in the dark, and your fingers just barely graze like a plated armor on an arm, and Vilnorith, you feel someone reaching for you, and how dare anybody put their hands on you? And you shove them back.
This was a damn stupid choice. Goggles down.
Okay.
Charging.
DM,
That'll do away with your disadvantage. You still can't see, but it does away with your disadvantage.
Good enough.
DM, can I, while all this altercation's happening, Henry wants to circle the dais without like stepping on it, and I get there's like a bunch of smoke towards the front of it and like all the dais, that kind of stuff. Can I see the back of the mirror?
The mirror's at the center, and Seth aimed right for it. It's a 20-foot radius, right, for your smoke?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
It
so yeah,
envelops
it
the
envelops the entire thing.
entire dais. You can see like the first step, but that's all.
Okay. Henry's gonna he's gonna slowly, so probably people taking multiple rounds inside of this action, but he's gonna slowly make his way around to the back of where he thinks the back of the dais is, and then he's gonna try to like feel his way with his walking stick up to the mirror, the back of the mirror. When he does all of that and they're doing all of this stuff, he's gonna try to cast Identify on the back of the mirror.
Okay. Roll me.
It's gonna take him a little while to find it. He might pop in the smoke and then pop back out in a random spot.
I would say roll me an investigation check at disadvantage, just to try and make your way into the smoke.
Investigation.
Yeah.
Disadvantage.
All right,
They're
Barbaros.
not much different. 11.
11. Okay. Yeah. First try. You are moving slowly, taking your step, but you bump up against something heavy and metallic and flat.
Okay. He'll kind of like take a seat right in front of him, and he'll kind of try to cast Identify and try to like figure out what is actually happening because he sees all the
Ritually or
craziness.
as an action?
He'll attempt ritually to start. And then if things go south, he'll just cast it as an action and then use the spell slot.
Okay. Well, you are working on that.
I'll
Shift
concede,
out.
Barbaros. This may not have been my best plan.
Indeed.
Just don't look into the mirror, as he says from
I
randomly
swear-
within the smoke.
I swear to whatever god you pray in, Lizard Man, your donkey right now complains less than you.
Just take a look at Seth and just shake my head slowly like a disappointed father.
Vilnorith.
You wound me.
Yep.
You
Hi,
wound
two of
me
you.
this day.
And me.
Your only concern, your only thought is with yourself and how wonderful you are. What are you doing right now, guys?
With it to roleplay this, would this make me in any way violent, being distracted by the smoke and the
I would.
like? I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to discern exactly how this works, but also like give a good reaction to how it works, type of thing, without.
Yeah, are you insanely angry that you can't see yourself, or
Yeah, exactly. Like
or you're more involved with like, no, I'm great. It doesn't matter if I can see me. I know that.
Yeah.
You know you're great. That is the focus. It is not purely about being able to see yourself.
Okay.
Though you are annoyed that you can no longer look at your reflection, but I would not say it has driven you to anger
Okay.
at this point.
Okay.
Just annoyance.
Okay. I'm annoyance. Okay, so I won't cast Thunderwave directly behind me like I was going to. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably just be trying to like just. I seem to be charmed in some way, so I don't think I do much of anything. Just kind of enjoy being me.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna stand there, even though I can't see myself. I'm gonna be like flexing.
Yeah, maybe just think about trees for a while.
Voguing.
Like I don't really
I like it. All right, I dig it.
think about owls.
Okay, back to Fane. What are you up to? As you are shoved off of who you assume, based on the armor, was Velnerith in the smoke, and you hear Seth and Barbaros kind of just arguing back and forth outside of the smoke.
Fane has not lost their patience yet. They will go in search of Tarek based on the position that I saw before the smoke went off.
Okay. Tarek was a little bit behind where Velnerith was, so I'd say make an investigation check. Won't be a disadvantage, but I'll raise the DC.
Investigation, you said?
Mm-hmm. Hard to perceive anything in here, so.
Oof! 3.
3. You cast your hands out and your staff out, and you find no purchase. You do, however, bounce off of the metal-greaved shin of Velnerith again.
God, everyone keeps running into me.
Hearing the kerfuffle on one side while ritual casting this, Henry's got his eyes closed and just focusing on the spell. Velnerith, are you okay?
Oh, I'm great. I'm the best.
All right, Barbaros, I'm going to say screw this, and I'm just going to charge forward and get whatever's in there.
Oh no!
You're gonna tackle it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just
don't
gotta,
break the gnome, the elderly gnome, on the wrong side. Aim well, please. Aim well.
Fane is going to catch a
Yeah.
stray.
My
Barbaros like
legs,
raises
So-
won't handle this.
raises a claw to be like say something. He's like, no, this is a learning experience.
Okay.
Sometimes your
Seth,
squad's
describe
gonna
to
make
me
mistakes.
what it is you're attempting to do.
Well, I know that the mirror is dead center.
Yes.
So, by this logic, really, as long as I am for dead center, I'm either going to hit one of them or I'm going to hit that mirror.
Okay, so you're just trying to tackle it?
The
Straight up.
objective is if I can't block them, can't get them away from it, what if I just take the object of fascination away?
Okay.
There's no way, like, in my mind, there's no way in hell that thing weighs that much that I can't either knock it over or rip it off the ground.
It's going to squash a gnome with it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, no, he's gonna do that. He's gonna
Yeah.
run in and it's
Possible-
just gonna. bleh.
In my defense, most likely I'll just trip over you and flap over on the other side. You'll be all right.
How no one's
You're
ever
young,
actually
walk
picked
it
up.
off.
It's like this is that moment when you know someone's actually never picked up an antique mirror, like a lead glass
They're heavy
mirror.
as hell.
Sorry, I couldn't
So-
hear you over 18 strength. I could pick
My
up
parents,
your
my
mule.
parents have one in their room. I've seen it. I've attempted to pick it up out of curiosity.
Yeah, it's like
Don't do that.
We
Yeah.
had one of those where they
We
hung
not-
they hung it up on the wall with
Yeah,
like
tore the
big
wall down,
ass
yeah.
screws into the framing. It still ripped itself out.
Yeah, that's how you hold the wall down.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Okay,
those old lead glass mirrors.
Seth, give me an athletics check as you
Got it.
just full tilt barrel towards the center.
And
Good luck, don't kill us.
Yahtzee.
That's good.
19.
19. Okay. You just at a dead sprint, just kind of jumping up over where you're pretty sure the stairs are, barrel through the smoke. Thane, you watch as between where you and you were pretty sure Velnerith is now, you watch a shape shift through, because this isn't magical darkness, this is smoke. So it shifts as he flies by you. And you smash dead center into the mirror. And you take
17 points of
And you take
2 points of bludgeoning damage as you just full tilt into what feels like a stone wall.
That means now I've got a grip on it. I'm going
And
to
as you
wrap my arms
face
around it.
burst into that mirror,
Oh.
the smoke blows away, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Bruh.
Yep.
Fail, dude. This is the end of the campaign. We literally just all staring at a mirror like,
Bruh.
God, I'm
Bruh.
great. What'd you
What'd
get?
you get?
Yeah, I'm good. 5. I'm good.
So, in that brief instant, you just see the reflection of your own muscular body. How powerful you are. You hit this thing like a ton of bricks, and all you can think about is how amazing you are. The thoughts of moving the mirror, gone.
A little bit of blood coming up down the nose.
There is some faint yellowing and purpling of the cheek already, and yeah, just a little drop of blood in the nose, but that's just a sign of your strength.
Good. Good. Glad. Henry,
Yes.
come to me, please. Follow the sound of my voice.
I'm currently in the middle of trying to figure out exactly what this is, so that we can figure out what exactly is happening to my student and the rest of our compatriots. You
Yes, but I would-
give me a couple minutes. I am focusing, and you know that takes so much effort.
Yeah, fair enough. Fane,
Yes.
you guard one door, I'll guard this side. We'll give him as much time as he needs.
There we
Worst
go.
comes to worst, I'll put a blindfold over my eyes once this smoke's cleared, and you just direct me to where the damn thing is. We'll push it outside.
On that, Seth, is there an indicator of how long the smoke takes to dissipate without the
let's see.
presence of wind? Because I know wind can essentially dispel it. Disperse
Let's
it, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, but we are in a closed room.
4 rounds.
4 rounds.
4 rounds.
Okay, so at this point, as you start to take up your station, you watch the smoke start to dissipate. It's just kind of evaporating into the air. And at that, Henry,
Yes.
ritually casting, just as the smoke begins to just fade away and become more like a faint mist and just vapor in the air, your identify spell goes off. And the knowledge comes to you. This mirror is known as the first trial of Graynor. It forces the warriors and worshippers of Graynor to face intense pride to prove they can overcome it to be a better warrior.
Henry's sitting there, just like focusing, like closed eyes, and it looks like he's writing like runes in the air, trying to identify this thing. His eyes open up, and they wind up like it. If you're actually watching Henry, the eyes glow like a very very faint like purple-esque coloration, and this is the first trial. It is the mirror of pride and vanity. They must overcome their own self-worth to proceed. I'm not entirely sure how to save them at this point, but it's going to be tricky. They only care about themselves right now, and it's oh God. This is an enchantment that is not something that I have come across in quite some time. Knock them out is the only thing I can think of. I don't like violence amongst friends, but they are only entranced by themselves currently.
Entranced by
Fane.
themselves, huh?
Barbaros.
Fane, hearing this, would like to walk up into Tarek's face.
Okay.
Does Tarek react at all?
Tark. Fane steps up. Right, how close do you get to him?
About a foot away. Not like in his face, but directly in his line of sight.
Okay, about a foot from you. Fane is just standing, looking at you. You see them. Do you react?
Elf. What do you want?
You were worth nothing by yourself. Who do you need? Everyone needs someone. Who do you need? Who are you missing? You are not worth this much by yourself.
The only one I ever needed that wasn't me is dead. Now I'm all I need.
As Fane says that and you respond, you hear a little in your head. And give me another wisdom saving throw.
Come on. I have a +6. Don't do this to me.
Come on. Be better.
24.
Hey.
Okay.
Instantly, as those thoughts go through your head, I'm all I need. There's just this kindling fire of shame as you forget someone vital to you, and you snap out of it.
Yep.
Interesting.
As you come to,
Okay.
as you come to, now that you're not so as focused on yourself, you probably realize that Fane does not look angry. They do not look like irritated. They look kind of sad, and then they walk away to see who else they can help.
I will first not look at the mirror again. I will immediately hop off the dais and get as far away from the goddamn mirror as I can.
Okay.
Like I have full memory of this, right? I don't suddenly like lose my memory of having all these feelings.
You are completely
Okay.
coherent.
Okay. I'm actually gonna go sit in the corner, hold my owl totem in my hands, and just start reciting a mantra. I'm not gonna make up a mantra. I'm doing it.
DM, after doing the identify spell and concluding with that, Henry will like begrudgingly put his pack down and pull out a section of the tent canvas and use mage hand to lift it up high enough to be able to like place it over the mirror so that it kind of like covers it, so we don't have to worry about looking into it at this point.
Awesome. Yeah, easy enough.
I will come around to the other side slowly. To Velnerith, I will give her a quick whack on the side of the knee, which she is very used to when Henry wants to get her attention when she's not paying attention in his study. Velnerith, down here.
What do you want, Henry?
Neil, you know this. We go through this all the time. Do you, Neil?
No.
Fair.
How
Who
did
are you to tell me what to do?
Velnerith, how did you get here? How did you get here?
You and I traveled here.
Yes. Why do you know me?
Know me.
Mm.
Damn it.
I'm sorry for ruining that. I needed
Beautiful. No, that was good. That was good.
The E is silent.
How do you know me? Valorith? Why do you know me?
You're my teacher
How did we come to meet?
at the college.
And you are seeking?
Answers.
Because you couldn't find them yourselves. You need others to achieve your goals. You are not all that matters. Your goals may mean much to you, but you need assistance from those that care. Focus.
As Henry says all of this to you, go ahead and roll another wisdom saving throw.
If this doesn't work, then we knock her out.
Unnatural 20.
All right.
Ooh, there we go.
With that, you are able to shake off the effects.
Seeing the pride leave her face, he gives another whack on the knee. Neil.
She'll kneel.
Just kicks him in the head.
But the Velnorth is used to this. A quick bonk on the top of the head. Remember that as a memory of a lesson learned. And then he will just turn and go down, start making his way down the dais.
Okay. And Fane, you said you were going to go see who else you could help?
No, we're leaving stuff. It's fine.
All right.
No.
Fuck that guy.
Says fuck.
I couldn't hear you. I was too busy thinking how awesome I am.
Yeah. Fane will walk over to Seth. They'll eye Bob Rose as like a hey. You want to help this one?
I'll see what I can do. Step over. Oh, I'm glad you put something over that mirror. My people aren't really good with things that reflect our own image.
You seem very intent upon keeping the appearance of cleanliness, which is very commendable. But is very susceptible to pride.
Yes, it's sort of a feature of the race, not so much of a deterrent.
I do understand that, but it could be an avenue where this smear could latch on. Would rather not have you have to fight your own scales.
I only spend 2 hours a day polishing them. Besides, I know where my pride lies. As I, the book that's always like at my side, I pat it affectionately. The ironclad tome.
We will have to discuss that at some point. I am a seeker of knowledge. I would love to learn if you are willing.
Many a story lies in this tome, and many things can I tell you from it, but not at this moment. Perhaps I take its heavy weight and I smack Seth with it.
That could anger him. I'm not entirely sure.
It wouldn't be the first time I used it to remind an officer that pride was his undoing.
Then with gusto, my friend.
Fane, what is the idea?
The same idea, but yes, as a soldier, you may have better insight into him than I would.
I know one thing he needs. Carrick says from the corner.
What's that?
Look at that bag he carries. All those contraptions. It's nothing without them.
Well, very good, Tag. Very insightful. Seth, look at me. As I step in between him and the mirror.
What's up?
You have masters, men, women who have taught you to use implements of war, devices of slaughter.
It highlights how much better I am.
Yes, you have improved upon them. You stand upon the shoulders of giants. What are you without them?
I'm still a hunter.
Yes, a hunter with nothing.
What would you be without a prey?
No tools, no prey, no knowledge. Like that poor farmer, dead in his fields, torn apart by kobolds.
And it's as Auroros says that you are taken back to moments in the Eastern Wilds, seeing men, women, brothers and sisters in arms, torn apart by beasts. And you cowered in fear. You hid and prayed that they didn't know you were alive, because you had survived your own wounds. and there is this deep, burning shame. Roll wisdom saving throw.
Can I cast guidance on him, knowing that he'd have to roll?
Yeah, you can guide him into.
Knowing that he'd have to roll.
that.
Yes.
Yep.
You sink in your divine energy, knowing that he is trying to battle an outside force.
17 total done with that.
And with that, as those images enter your mind, you were able to shake off the effects.
I raise my hand and I clap his cheek. Papa's proud of you, boy.
DM, after dealing with Velner, I think getting her in order, I would have made my way down and gone over to whatever corner that Tarek had been chanting in, and I assume Tarek is standing or sitting.
He's been sitting. He stopped chanting because he spoke up to Barbaros
Right.
about what he would assume that Seth would break Seth's pride.
Henry will go.
But I'm just sitting there, just kind of staring at the totem and
Yeah.
just blank on my face, just nothing.
Henry will go over to you, place a hand on your shoulder, give it a couple claps, and it's daunting. Magic that affects the mind. Just know, it's not you. It may feel like a part of you, but it isn't. You are the sum of your reason, your mind, everything that makes up you. A single emotion, pride, is not the whole of you. You overcame. Keep that in mind.
Then why does it still hurt? Why does it hurt again?
Because life is pain. But it's us that learn to deal and take the lessons from the pain that make us strong. Learn from it. Use it. Become better than the pain.
I thought I'd feel different. I thought I was done with this.
We usually do.
A single tear rolls down Tarek's cheek.
I will move my hand from the shoulder and just clap the side of his face for a moment. In time, you'll be all right.
Thank you, Henry. I really appreciate your guidance.
He gives a light nod, and then goes back to supporting himself with the cane, and then starts heading towards the group.
Well,
Well,
Henry.
that trauma is done. Where to now, left or right?
Yeah. Tarek hops back up and joins the group.
Unfortunately, Henry, I think you, myself, and Fane most likely have to pass this trial as well.
That is. I recommend one at a time. Velnerith, if you would stay close.
Always.
I
Henry.
would rather be proven that we need to do this.
I would rather not do this if possible. I do not
agree. I think we need everyone if we are to proceed forward as a group.
I'd rather
Otherwise-
risk angering the god.
I mean, now that I understand the severity and propensity of this, I can help guide anybody who falls prey to it to out through it. It's going to hurt, but I can.
I'll take your counsel on that, Tarek, be it physical or verbal. Do your worst.
Okay.
And Barbaros will approach the mirror.
So, Mirror of Pride. I remember once I thought myself clever with a sword.
As he's reaching for the cloth that's covering it.
My very first trouncing. My first very real wound. Perhaps the first time that I allowed pride to overcome my senses, and the first time that reality came to remind me that I am what mortal.
And he takes the covering off.
Okay. You pull away the canvas, exposing the tarnished brass frame and the deep set mirror. And you see in it your gleaming scales. Just a hint of green around the eyes, crest of your horns. It's a sign of age, wisdom, strength among your people. Proud of that. Roll a wisdom saving throw. And Tark, you were assisting?
I will. I'm not. I'm not actually. Okay. I'm not actually assisting. I am standing by to get them out of it if they fail. That is my specifics on this. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
if
kinda
Elnorth,
figured you-
wants to cast guidance or something, that's fine. But I'm not. I'm standing by to.
I'm thinking
Hey,
you're
pick
doing
up
the
the
thing of
pieces.
like the Roman emperor where you're at his shoulder whispering to him that he is but a man.
Mhm.
Not yet. I'm
Yeah,
not.
good
You
way.
you will
Yeah,
get that
Dragonborn.
treatment. You will get that treatment
Yeah.
once you.
It's the,
if you
idea
fail.
that again it's Cyrus the Great sitting amongst his throne room amongst all his empire and knowing that he is the glory of God and having a single peasant remind him, but you are just a man.
Okay, so did you fail or?
No, I haven't rolled yet.
Oh, okay.
All I know is
cast
Seth wants to
guidance.
obliterate every temple to this god.
I thought you say every mirror. He just breaks every mirror.
Oh no, I want to burn this god to the ground.
Saving throw. Where
No,
is
you
that
don't.
meter?
Why would you remind me of the one thing that I build every ounce of rage on?
Saving
Because
throw.
it makes you stronger.
Does it?
With a
I'm gonna have to make a lot of
D4.
apologies after this. I feel.
Velnor did not cast guidance, she said.
Oh, okay.
And I
Yeah,
also
so just a 5.
She's making you face it on your own. Okay.
Yeah.
With a 5, that pride in your age and your wisdom, your experience just overwhelms you.
Yes, I am eldest.
I'll reach for his book.
No, don't even. As soon as I see that, as soon as I see that he, that he's gone, like it's visible that he's gone into this trance, right? Like I saw
Yeah,
that.
Again, just
Everyone's new.
like
This is-
you did,
This
you
is
watch
the
him
worst trial.
Yeah.
straighten himself up and just
Before you even do
Hands
that, Seth,
puffs his chest out.
Tarek strides back up to the dais, back to the mirror, no, he refuses to look into the mirror again. You're right. I bet you feel like you're the best thing in the world right now, like you're strong, like you need nothing. And you're right. You are alone. And that's your weakness. What are you without your strict orders, your compatriots? Where are they all now?
Ooh.
They're all dead.
That's the lowest
Could have
low.
been, and it
And
could have
that
been
is-
you instead. And that is all Tarek says.
Okay.
Ooh.
As he says
Here's
that,
a healthy helping of survivor's guilt.
9 charisma, 9
As
charisma,
he
9
says
charisma.
the fresh memories of the phantoms you've been seeing in the smoke and in the fire, and the weight of your book of rights, it feels like an anchor pulling you down. Roll another wisdom saving throw.
I will guide him on this one. I put my hands on his shoulder and I'll cast
As
guide.
you go to guide him, I'm going to grab your hand. He has to pass this on his own. There is no other exception.
Which one? Wait, didn't we guide somebody on this?
No.
Nope. No one has been guided on this.
Oh,
wisdom
okay.
saving
Sorry, I
throw.
thought somebody did.
As
3. Yeah.
damn. Okay.
It's even worse. He's
as-
wrapped in it.
As he says that, there is this moment, this deep, deep shame wells
He
up.
gets stabbed in the chest.
But then that draconic pride steps in and it roars in your chest. It is not survivor's guilt. You are dragonborn. Of course you survive while the rest die.
You don't understand, Tarek.
Seth's
I
doing
walked
health-
from them. I am the will savior. I am the fire reborn. It rides in my chest, in my heart. I do not need them. They betrayed me. They betrayed the code.
Start doing calisthenic stretches real quick. Right, my back. All right.
Yeah.
Let's
got
get
an idea.
prepared.
I'm gonna let Seth have this one. I'm just gonna Tyra's just gonna sigh and step aside and let Seth.
I
go.
was the keeper of rights. I recorded the deeds, the great omens. I
Snap
stood
the
upon the pinnacle.
I snapped the book off his hip.
Oh.
Oh no!
And now I'm going to hop on his shoulders, like facing him, and I'm going to headbutt him repeatedly.
Oh my god!
Wake
Okay.
the hell up, old lizard mewling quad.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an attack.
Okay. I was gonna say something, but never mind.
I have no dex. I just have armor, so I'd imagine it'd just be a 10 since he's going
Oh,
for
I'm
headbutts.
Headbutting you in the head. All right. 17 plus 4. Plus 4.
Okay, yeah, you make clean contact with Barbarossa's, like the crest of the horns that come out, like clean. It hurts. It
Oh, yeah.
hurts.
I know I'm taking hits for this. I'm fine.
But so yeah, roll me a D4 plus your strength modifier, I believe.
4 for him.
So 5
5
total.
damage.
5 damage.
I'll take half of that
and-
for myself.
Perfect. And as he
Bell
does
ringer.
that, go ahead and roll me another wisdom saving throw.
Nobody wins in a headbutt.
I'm ready
As
for the
that's
natural
happening,
one.
Vilnerith, what are you kind of your intent on this? You're making sure Tarek doesn't.
I'm not gonna fight Telner. I'm not gonna fight Telner. No. She's bigger than me. I don't want.
You think this is how you're doing? I'll show you how it's done, boy. Grab
do
him
it.
by his ears. Boom.
Oh, I'm a real back. We're gonna do this together. It's one-on-one time.
Beautiful. Okay, Fane, what are you doing?
As we beat each other with our heads.
just crying openly.
Okay,
Keep this up. I'm gonna make
Waiting.
you choke on this book.
so the beating his head is not working, right?
Not that you could tell.
I would argue that it is. He rolled twice as well as he did last time.
That's true. As this scenario begins to escalate, Fane, you notice out of the corner of your eye that Henry is practically at the entrance. He has backed all the way up and he's kind of staring at all of you and he is continuing to back up. He's bumped into the wall and is like slowly just inching towards where you came in.
Thane will use their quarterstaff to tap Vilnerith on the shoulder, and then just kind of like head flick towards Henry.
Kids wandering.
I'll Henry.
Yeah. Yes. What?
Where are you going?
Going. No, I'm here. And as he kind of like realizes he's at the back of the room. I don't feel comfortable doing this.
I think that's the point.
Well, that's the problem. You all
Henry,
know.
this is what we're here for.
You all know who you are. I don't remember.
Henry, you know I don't know who I am.
I understand. But you know who you are to a certain extent. I don't know who I am from day to day. From moment to moment.
But do you want to find out who you are?
I'm not sure. It's just like, he's not even like holding his staff like to keep him up. He's like death gripping it, like holding it like a blanket with a scared kid. Like, it's just fear in his eyes at this point.
I'll go down onto one knee and outstretch a hand towards him. Henry, you know I will never let anything bad happen to you.
That's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about doing something to you. I don't know who I was anymore. I barely know who I am on a day-to-day basis.
What I
Would,
see.
would Tarek be like observing this?
It depends. How intent are you on the fact that Seth has
I'm gonna let.
fucking
No, I'm
locked his
actually
legs
legitimately.
is straddling Barbaros's face and they're headbutting each other.
No, I see them all wander off, and I'm like, okay, they're not helping. Something's going on. And in my head, I'm just like, I'll just cast Cure Wounds later. We'll deal with this later.
We love that second win. We can do this all night.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I'm gonna I'm gonna walk over to where Henry and Valerius are standing, and I'm gonna do that on Henry.
Henry's just like pressed against the wall, like
Yeah.
holding his staff like a teddy bear, and it's just he looks terrified.
You just gave me a rousing speech that pulled me out of the funk of being reminded of my dead lover. You are a good man. There is no bad man in there. It may not be the man you want, but I wouldn't be here if I didn't sense good in you. And all of you.
I appreciate that. If you would both just no, please. And he goes and he takes his book, like he's got a death grip on this thing on a regular basis, and he hands it to Velnerith. Don't let me at this. If the mirror affects me,
I won't.
it's a heavy
Pass.
book.
Real quick, before we get back to Seth and Barbaros, would you describe what your spellbook looks like?
It is a very, very old, weathered tome. All the pages look very well used, and it is thick. Like, if you've seen wizard tomes before, they're never this thick. They usually maintain just the amount of spells that they know and that they can cast, and they keep that with them. This is a novel that is it is a noticeable part of his backpack on a regular basis because of how large it is comparatively to him. It is the leather on it is worn in a way where it looks like it's seen damage in certain aspects, where you see burns on the leather part on one. You see almost something that looks like it was frostbite on another. You see a section that looks like it actually shriveled up, like all the moisture had left it in a certain part. It looks like it has seen the War of Ages kind of thing.
Does it have a 4-leaf clover on it?
It does not. Do you does anybody actually like look at the book specifically, like the outside of the book, like more intently?
Velnerith would, because especially knowing that you don't really let this go almost ever. And it's probably one of the first times she's actually held it in the years that she's been with you.
So it's hard to tell at a distance, especially if it's moving or what have you. But like having it in your hands, looking at it now, the leather is insanely tough, made of something that you're not entirely sure what, and there is a almost imperceivable crest or design or something on the cover, where it is a circle with an hourglass in the center of it. It is, you holding it is the only reason you can actually see this, because it's almost blended in with the rest of the coloration of the book.
With that, we go back to Barbaros, rolling an attack as you headbutt Seth back.
Okay. So Barbaros is going to, like, again, he has his head pressed against Seth, scale to skin, blood dripping between eyes as he growls at him. And this is going to be a deep deep drop from him. It's like, who are you, boy? I stood at the edge of the maw pit of Dugaris. I held the Lux Eterna in my hand. Stood as an apostle. Stood as an apostle of Letha. You are nothing. Nothing! And I smash him. If I can find it.
If I can fight.
I'm ready for the crit.
Oof.
Oh, that'd be
Go ahead.
great.
Let's do
That
it.
would have been funny.
Yeah, that's 23.
God damn. All right. Yeah. D4 plus your strength modifier.
Now, does he take damage
know
from
23
this?
hits.
Does he take
That's a
damage from
7.
this and then have to get a reroll?
7.
Yeah.
All right, Seth, you take 7 damage as Barbaros locks around you with his muscular scaled arms and smashes his horned head back into you.
So as I see him rock back from this blow, I'm beating a man who's helped me.
Yes, I was going to
I'm-
ask.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it again.
Has Barbaros ever had to attack an ally before?
That's what he failed to do. He failed to uphold. That's why he doesn't carry the Lux Aeternus. That's why he doesn't have the favor. That's why he's alone in a town in the forgotten wilderness with an empty tome with ghosts haunting him.
Those thoughts go rushing through you, and your mind's eye focuses on a different man. A man you have nothing but disdain for. And I'm going to say, you said you're going again, and it is in the throes of that as you go to hit him again. So go ahead and roll your attack, but also roll another wisdom saving throw, this time at advantage.
So I've gone for my weapon at this point, and because all I'm seeing is that man, and wisdom.
Shit, Seth, how many hit points do you have, man?
I got 6. I'm good.
One good headbutt away.
I legitimately only have one more
Okay.
plan if he fails this again. So if he fails it again, I don't know. After that,
Is
I'm
it with
just
advantage or not with advantage?
Oh, sorry, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
do the
wisdom
advantage. My
throw,
bad.
wisdom save has advantage.
Saving throw.
Please, for fuck's sake, roll better. Oh my god.
10.
Can you, bruh?
10 with advantage. Oh, no.
No. It's 10 after 5 rolls is the highest. That's the kicker.
To be fair,
Oh my
since I
God.
started this, he has only escalated in quality.
Okay.
Proof
Uh,
that the Beowulf bloodline is all it takes for success.
You are still locked in. You are still locked into this sense of pride and almost acting out this vision of what you should have done.
You betrayed us in the Eastern Wilds. You sent our men into that pit maw. Let them all die. How could you? Have you
Okay.
forgotten all the lessons?
Roll me another attack.
Raising up my fist. Let's go, old man.
Bleeding from the face.
This is
Oh,
a tall tower, boys. This is a
Spitting blood
tall
out.
tower.
We're on floor 1, baby. Let's do this.
I go over to Tark goes over to Vilnirth. Okay, so you heal one half, I'll heal the other.
Yeah.
Yes, and I have an idea of how to get him to break out of it.
Let's go, old man.
Yes,
You
do
ain't
I.
nothing like. I open the book and read off a random name.
Ooh!
Okay.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
Oh, and you know what? Since I'm bleeding out the mouth, whew, onto the page. Let's go. You want to fight?
Again, go to Vilnirth.
You asked
he's
for your own death.
He is actually going to
Get
die.
some.
Hang on, hang
You
on,
will
hang
not
on,
sully
hang on.
a blade with your blood, pig!
Go
Let's
down
go.
the fist.
I'm gonna rip that fire gland out of your throat with my bare hands.
Oh my
I'm skimming.
I have one guaranteed way to
notes.
take you out, and I'm gonna go head first down your throat and choke you.
Tark goes over to Fane. So looking forward to your turn.
14, so I think I missed.
This is my armor. Yep.
Yeah. He shouts out one of the names from your book, which I only have a handful.
Whichever one will piss you off the most.
How dare you utter his name? He who stood on the wall, the four who stood.
Yep.
Yeah, you go to swing, but you were just seeing red at this point, and you swing
Oh my! I
wide.
think I got too much blood in my eye.
But as you see blood splattering and defacing this name, you are filled with shame again, knowing that your anger now in this moment, your pride is causing this to happen. Roll another wisdom saving throw with advantage.
It's
Do
happening.
we get double?
again.
Do we get
advantage.
double
Go,
advantage?
go.
Triple
No.
advantage?
When Latha withdrew her hand, it's happening again. Why does he dull? Why can I not see it? She abandoned me. You're taking it from me.
Oh,
9.
Did he fail again?
Yes, he did, and it's worse than
God.
last time.
Now he's falling to the other side of it. Just like awful guilt.
Oh
Yeah,
my
alright.
god! How
I'm
many
grappling
times?
him.
We're just. How many times can one person fail a saving throw? We're have a
Yeah, this
counter
is-
at this point.
This is
We're at
perfect. This is
7 now.
Auroros' greatest sin. Is this?
and also he didn't.
We're gonna
he
learn
didn't
his
say when he
entire
pulled.
backstory in the span of 45 minutes. It's great.
Yeah.
He did warn us not to let him look in the mirror. So like this very much does that.
He
Up.
walked up to the mirror. He just went for it.
He's
I
a
am going,
dragonborn. They are a prideful race.
I'm going to swing around, grab him from behind, and slam him into that mirror. Face first.
Okay.
Yeah, in my moment of weakness, yeah, grab by the horns.
Make an athletics check for me.
Ah, boo. Only a 10 on that one, buddy.
Then, Barbaros, do you resist at all, or are you?
No, I
actually,
was
like,
gone in that.
shaking?
I was gone in that shame. That moment, shaking and just guilt, shame. Again, what was taken? What he failed at doing? The light that he lost.
Then a 10 is enough, and you're able to smash him into the mirror.
Can he actually see a little bit in that mirror? Like, can you
He-
physically see in it?
He only sees himself.
I'm just gonna keep butting his head into it. You are the best fucker I've ever met. You brought me
You-
out of something worse.
You are
Another
a
wisdom saving
toy.
throw.
It's got Toy
Not
Story
an
on him.
advantage this time. This is not.
Oh, and if this isn't gonna be good enough, I'm gonna reach around and get ready to suplex you.
oh my
And
god.
And what,
Tarek
we
again
get
goes to Valorous.
rolls over like
I
11?
don't know who's winning. I don't.
so it's like I'm sitting there groping at the mirror, face planted in it. I'm alone.
You're not
Gotta beat a
alone,
12?
Barbaros. They haunt you still.
Suplexing him.
I
What about
saw them.
me?
You are not alone. You are not done. Bane is calling this from like across the room.
Okay. I would say 13 is not quite enough to lift and suplex him. He's a hefty son bitch. But
Then I'll
Barbaros,
keep
you
going.
do hear Fane yell that out, that he also saw the specters. And that is a jarring moment. One more wisdom saving throw. Come on! I am throwing bones.
Spitting blood on the ground, like looking down at the smeared all across the stonework, and then looking back up at that mirror again. This is how you break men, a god of war. What did I do to you? I did this.
Come on.
Are you sure he's not just rolling a d10?
Dude,
Okay, I'm sorry, say it out loud. I'm not supposed to react. Say it out loud.
what? Two. What?
Two.
Two.
Damn it.
Two.
Come on.
Sweet.
The worst.
Jesus.
So he's staggering up to his feet, looking into the mirror, staring at it like, no.
No. They abandoned me. Again, just trapped in it, in the delusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were right. You warned everybody else. They chose to continue following Villamont. This is their own doing. Barbaros was right.
Villamon was a fiend. I told them. I said that he would bring us to the brink of madness, and look what had happened. Look what he did. As I'm staring at the mirror and looking at myself, I was right. I still hold the light in my hand as I'm holding like something that nobody can see, but apparently I can as I'm holding it up. She never left me.
Well, all right then.
Does-
Finish him, Seth.
Does somebody want to help?
That's it. I'm throwing you again.
Barbaros. How did we meet?
How did all of this happen?
Screw that. Action surge. I'm throwing you. God damn it, old man.
Why not even in
Oh
turns?
my-
Why are you action searching?
Would
did it.
What'd you get?
Any? What,
I got a 12 and a 10.
Oh god.
Nope,
Can
still.
anyone roll above a 10 right now?
It was a
I did.
12. It's
I got a
just
24 earlier.
can
Not on
anyone,
the die.
can anyone meet? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're right. Can anyone meet what we need? Anyone?
So, as you attack him again and miss, Barbaros turns and his eyes flare. You can see the fire in there, and he says something in Draconic. So, if anyone knows what it is, he says "Vindictus," which the religious characters might know. He just tried to cast Smite and couldn't do it.
It's fine. Tarek knows
Ah.
Latin.
I just start making
Yeah, Tark knows
derogatory,
everything.
I make derogatory snarl, snap, nippy, knippy, meh, meh, noises back at him. How about
Barbaros. Look at
speak,
me.
man, speak.
Yeah, he tried. He had the verbal component for Smite, and it didn't happen. And so he's in this delusion that it's working.
Yeah.
Barbaros, how did you and I meet?
As I like turn again now, still in the delusion, turning and looking at Vilnereth. It was the gnome. No. That is not where we. This is the Eastern Wilds. As he's looking up at the ceilings and the walls around him, seeing a completely different place and at a completely different time.
No.
Stand on a field of victory.
What were we doing?
We were hunting. There's a
What were we
farmer.
hunting?
The prey herds in the Eastern Wilds. We chased them. We chased them towards Dugaris in the Black Hills. The necromancer, he was there in his towers. No. I remember.
The chain
right.
demon.
Doing that.
Here,
The devil.
slowly
Right.
uncorking a bottle. All right, here's something stupid. Just
Ah,
shove it under his
it
nose.
was-
Smell cobalt.
No.
The diluted cobalt urine again. This is what you were fighting.
Just like reels
Okay.
back as he's smelling just this awful. Again, scent. He's a scent-based thing.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So,
Scent is important to Barbaros.
Yeah.
oh my god. Okay, yeah, no, that's foul. As
Thanks for the
Velnerith
heads up,
is
Belnerith.
talking
That was a
to
good
you and
idea.
starting to break through these delusions. You're not sure. Is this in your mind? Is the mirror doing this to you? What are you seeing? She starts to break through, and then this foul scent enters your nose. Wisdom saving throw at advantage.
For the
Okay.
love of all that is holy.
Nobody react until after he says it.
17.
17.
The peanut.
As that foul scent reaches your nose,
Jesus.
everything you're seeing Bray herds, your friends dying around you, you standing above so many, Villamon, it all vanishes. And before you is a bleeding and nearly broken Seth, staggering in front of you, just holding the vial.
You all good, buddy?
I look to him and I look over at Vilnereth and realize you can see like there's a flash of fear in those draconic eyes because he suddenly seems to realize that Vilnereth might know the secret. And then he turns to Seth and he yes, boy. You did good.
Pick up his book, hit it with the cleanse. That'll get rid of the blood. Here you go, bud. You drop this.
I told you this would be the hardest test for me. Thank you for bringing me through it. I hope I did not cause too much trouble.
As I look at the blood on myself and the ground and him.
I flick him on the snoot.
Seth has like a broken
You're
bone
good.
that's sticking out of his arm.
You're good, buddy.
For a second, I thought you said you licked him.
Yep, just
I
flick
mean,
him on the
hey.
nose. Crack the bone back in place. All right, we're good. I'm gonna sit down for a sec.
I need a moment.
Same.
No.
There's a seat right over here.
Shall we draw straws?
So I drag myself over to that spot near Seth.
You look... My God, would you headbutt a bull?
You should see the other guy. You missed it. It was like 12. It was like 12 chain demons. You were sleeping. I don't know what you were doing.
Who? So, I'm sorry. I've been just focused on it's me and who's left.
Hey.
Yeah. You missed
That
it.
would be me.
Henry kicked one of them in the dick. Flew like 12 feet. It was amazing.
My good sir, I would never. That is
It's a chain demon. They're not people.
a sensitive area. This is unkind.
I'm gonna lay down for a minute.
I would say, as much as it pains me, I should go first, just in case you must restrain me.
Very well. Vilnerith, I believe
I
this
will
will
be
be
with
mostly on you.
Henry will walk. Will slowly make his way up to the dais. He will not look at the mirror until he knows he is in front of it.
I
And
just
then,
picture this little gnome walking up and then boonk, boop.
and then he will take it. He will look while looking down. He'll take a staff and just toss it to the side, wishing to have nothing in his hands when no implements of power when he does this. And then he will look directly into the mirror.
Okay. As you look, you see the deep valleys of the wrinkles in your face, the long cascading white hair and beard. Years and years. Age, experience, wisdom, intelligence. So much time. But you know who you are. And time is just your servant. Your age means nothing. You are the greatest wizard to have ever walked the face of Auroros. You have surpassed everyone, seduced the secrets of magics untold. Wisdom saving throw.
Hope for all of your sakes, I make this.
I don't know. I'm enjoying role playing these nice. Tarek
Yeah.
tells you about the what's in your soul type of.
Yeah, it was fun.
This is a
Tarek's got
fun
some.
set of. I did not expect this level of roleplay from these puzzles, and I'm loving it.
Oh boy.
Nice.
7.
We're
7.
starting.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Tarek. Oh wait, no, sorry. No, actually, Vilnius should go first.
You are the most powerful wizard in existence. There is no one as intelligent, as wise as you.
Henry, how old are you?
And Henry slumps for a moment. And he stands up straight, and you just hear the crack, 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 crack of his spine as he stands up straight. Eyes still,
Gains 2 inches.
eyes still closed. It has been some time. I'll reach behind me and I'll cast Catapult on my book to bring it to my hand.
Make a strength saving throw, Velmarith.
Fuck yeah. 21.
Nice.
Roll damage on that catapult spell.
DM, how clear am I thinking?
In this moment, crystal.
Okay. Sorry, give me a sec.
I don't like how that looks.
That's a 32.
Velmarith,
Mm-hmm.
you have a grip on this book. And Henry straightens up and just reaches his hand behind him. And you feel the book slowly start to pull from you. So you grip it tighter, and instantly it's yanked from your grasp. You take okay. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as it breaks 3 of your fingers. As it rips from your hand and rockets to Henry. And you watch as it doesn't come to his hand. It just levitates beside him and splays itself open.
I will have it open, and I would just be looking at it. Old friend. It has been some time.
When I take the damage, because I am also standing right next to him because I had intended that on purpose, I am going to activate my ability Wrath of Storm.
Okay. Talk to me. Tell me. What does that do?
So it's when a creature that is within 5 feet of me that I can see hits me with an attack, either spell or melee, I can use my reaction to make them do a dex saving throw or take 2d8 lightning damage.
Okay. Henry,
Yes.
as you rip back your spellbook from someone else's hands, how dare they? And you take this moment to start reminiscing in all of your spells. The air around you grows staticky, and lightning starts to arc all around, and it starts to leap at you. Do you attempt to dodge out of the way?
Is this an attack, or is this just a effect?
I believe it's
Attack.
just an. Is it an attack?
No, it's an attack.
Okay. Shield.
Okay.
Well, no, because
It's a
it would
dex
just
Well,
be
saving
an
it's
throw.
a
attack
dex
roll.
save. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Dex save.
Yeah. So how intense does the lightning look?
It's not a battery. It's gonna hurt.
I'll dodge.
Okay, so a dexterity saving throw.
The minute I hear the crackdoom of lightning, I must sit up. What happened? Ah, crap apples.
Tark just puts a hand out behind him. Tark can be standing between the two very injured gentlemen and the
Okay.
rest of the situation.
Okay, if it goes pear-shaped, I'm just gonna grab him. Not gonna hurt him, but I don't need him throwing off any other kind of spells.
It's just a 15.
Does that save a Vilnorith?
Save, so it takes half damage. I am also going to use my new Channel Divinity Destructive Wrath, which makes my damage automatically maximum.
Okay, so you take 8 damage, Henry.
He's dead.
No, no.
He's a wizard. He's
He
dead.
combusts.
Henry just
No.
kind of like brushes off the little bit of dust that comes on his shoulders. Ignoring what had transpired, he is engrossed in flipping through his pages magically, just ignoring the entire room, and is just going through his spells.
Velnorith, I have an idea. Step back, please. Exploding in electricity isn't going to save him this time. Leave the violent theatrics to Seth.
I will take a single step back and pull out my mace.
At me or at him? That's my question.
I'm facing him still, but I'm taking a
Okay.
step back.
Specifically.
Tarek is going to walk up to Henry and just kneel down in front of him. Put my hand on his shoulder. He's physically wounded, I'm assuming, because he just got hit with a bunch of lightning, right?
Yeah, you see, like, there's, like, a charred bit to the shoulder. Like, the cloth is smoking away. But he's fully robed, so you can't see how much damage is underneath.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna take where obviously where the most damage is. I'm gonna put my hand on him, just gently. Not gonna squeeze or anything. Henry, you are a powerful wizard, and I believe one day you will regain your former glory. But there's one thing you will never be able to do. I'll cast Cure Wounds on his shoulder.
Ooh!
I will actually cast Cure Wounds. Hold on, let me make that roll.
Okay.
Absolute disrespect.
So, yeah, there, as he says that,
5. I rolled a 1 on the die.
you feel this radiant warmth spread through you. And it's a feeling you've felt thousands of times in all your years traveling the world. And you have seen friends, allies, innocents die. And no matter how powerful you ever were, you were never able to pull anybody back from the brink. Another wisdom saving throw.
I will cast guidance on him.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna grab her hand.
there you go.
I'll use my other hand.
I think probably in that reaction, though, maybe not, because that has to transpire, and then I make the throw.
It's true. Yeah, Targ is able to stop you at first, and you're able to make your save.
I'm just gonna. I'm gonna. Okay, he made the save. Okay, I turn to her.
No,
I don't care how close you are to him. He doesn't get a pass. I push her hand back to her.
I got
torso.
a 19.
As that thought comes through you, and you start seeing all these faces, hundreds of them. Most of them cloud over again. And you shrug off the effects.
Before I shrug off the effects, like while still in it and making the throw, you say that, and Henry, like you kneel beside him and you put your hand on his shoulder. He has the book in front of him. He magically like slides it over, and he just leans over to you, very very quickly, and you don't need to heal anybody. If everyone that's going to hurt the ones you love are dead. and then just gets confused for a second and then suddenly comes back and the book falls to the ground, losing its levitation. Oh, 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 oh God. Oh, hello. Did I, did, did we do it?
Yes, we did, Henry.
You got it, buddy.
We had to rough you up a little bit, and I motioned to his now burnt but not nearly as damaged shoulder. Did you gain the 5 points from your?
He goes to the, like, he says, oh, and then like moves the robes, and there's the amount of damage he would have taken, comparatively to the heals that you gave him would have still left a mark. There's
Yeah.
nothing. There's nothing there. There's absolutely
Okay.
nothing there. Oh,
I'm a really good healer. Damn.
my.
Anyway.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to get that tailored.
Mm.
Oh, I assume you here to help me through that, and I appreciate it. Thank you, my boy.
I pat him on the good shoulder and he just like and stand up and look over to Fane. Well, last but not least, I suppose. Anything you want to tell us before you do this?
Yes. Two things. One, Seth Felnerith, stay away from me. I've seen your persuasion. I'm not a fan.
Not gonna throw a punch. That's only because of this old bastard.
Second,
You get the cobalt piss.
I do not want the kobold piss. Tarek, just tell me her name. Pen.
You said
That'll be
pen?
enough. Pen.
Pen. Okay.
Is that all
And-
you'll need?
It's all I have. And Fane will
Alright.
look into the mirror.
Okay. And as you do, you see the sharp angles, a faint glow under your skin. That God's given grace, that ancient Fey power. You are the only one here whose blood gives them the capability of true immortality. The Eladrin. They are above all other races. You are above all other races. Wisdom saving throw.
Please
Fail,
just
fail.
Just say it.
No. I want to do more role playing. This is the best session we've done so far. I love it.
It's fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but oh God.
This is
Yeah.
literally how I built Tarek. I built Tarek for these kind of situations. I'm very happy.
Is this a charm?
Ooh, true.
He's an elf.
Yeah.
I would have advantage if it is trying to charm me.
It is not a charm. I would not consider this a charm.
Interesting. Does a 12 pass?
As those feelings take root in your mind, your thoughts wander to your feet. You have walked thousands of miles. You have crossed an ocean, traveled through forests and through towns to see greater horizons because you know that being an Eladrin does not make you great. And you shake off the effects. 12 was the DC, kids. That's all you ever had to beat.
I beat it second time.
Finally, Big May.
It was good.
Um,
Tarek starts like trying to think of something demeaning to say to him along with the name, and then I see him pop out of him like, oh thank fuck.
Fane will look at their
I'm
feet.
like halfway
Please,
behind him, like
Please
getting
forget
ready to
whatever
grab him.
gods
I'm
are
like, oh.
listening. Jesus.
All right, you're good. Never mind. I don't have to grab you.
Fane, you were saying?
No, I think they'll stay silent.
All right.
Look at you, the only one that managed to walk out of this without anything.
I have nothing to be proud of.
That's what I thought too.
All right. You've
Ever
all
tell you
faced
where
the
I got
mirror.
this coat? It was my sister's coat. She was a commander of a medical unit during the war. I watched her get torn apart by a monster none of us had ever seen before. And all I could do was hide.
Sorry to hear that.
No, don't be. I think most of us have things we're not proud of. And I think humility is a good thing. Keeps your senses sharp.
Would you guys
Yep.
like to know what broke me out of it?
Shoot.
I'm not alone, and it was very apparent once the effect took hold that the fire elemental buried in my chest would not let me feel that way.
You have an
You have-
elemental.
Inside you.
I do.
It's fascinating.
I take off my mask. This wasn't a house fire.
Fireball.
And
How does
I
such a thing
I take I grab like the orange bits of my hair. This is natural. It's L'Oreal. No.
Maybe it's
Maybe
manscaped,
ruined
who
it.
knows?
Yeah, no, that
Beauty tips by druids.
yeah. You might
Is,
meet her.
is the fire elemental more of a power that you pull from, or a individual that inhabits your form?
Hold on. How many wild shapes do I get per? Let me check.
At your level, I think it's 1.
I think it's 2.
Wild shape.
You also get him back on a short rest.
Wild shape. It's 2.
Yep.
In your short rest. Okay. Well, I can answer your question. I'm going to draw on Ash and use my what's the actual ability called? Summon Wildfire Spirit
Okay.
to pull her out of my chest and deposit her on the other side of the room. Safely, because it does make a small explosion when she comes out.
As that explosion goes off, you all watch at the heart of it forming. Please describe Ash.
Ash's type is a Pippi Longstocking type. She's obviously wreathed in flame, and she's made. You can see through her, but she does have details. She does have arms and what seems to be forming legs, but not really. Like she doesn't really walk as much as hover. She has these like fiery pigtails that go down, the same exact color orange as the stripe in Tarek's hair. And if you look at Tarek again, the orange is gone. The orange in his eyes, is gone. The orange in his hair is gone. This is Ash.
Henry just gives a wave.
Hello, Ash.
She would probably wave back. Ash,
she
you
doesn't
can-
speak.
No, she does not. But she doesn't speak yet. She's a child. Actually, does she? She might be able to. Hold on. They have a weird stat block.
I'll say that's
Oh,
up
yeah.
to you. I haven't made
She
a voice for her
Okay,
yet.
sorry. She understands the languages you speak. Oh no, I'll be doing her voice. That's not you. Anyway,
How old does she look?
you look like she's maybe 6 to 8 years old.
Okay. Henry would immediately put his pack down and find he's got like a little bit of hard candy that he has in a few of them, and because he's a young person.
A kid is a kid.
Kid is a
Yeah.
kid. So
Grandpa's giving his grandchild a hard candy from his pocket.
that's kind of what he's doing. That's kind of what he's doing. He goes in his pack, he pulls out a hard candy.
Is it butterscotch flavored?
I don't even think Henry knows what flavored it
Do
is.
not.
It's literally it's literally
No.
just hard candy. It could be like rancid banana. Who knows?
It may taste like honey.
It's got to be. I'd say if you were a grandma, it could be those strawberry candies. Grandpas don't get those. That's a grandma thing.
No, grandpa's. It's the word. There's originals.
Or black licorice.
Or
Yeah. Yeah.
German black licorice. It has the ammonia salt in it.
There it is.
Yeah, if you give her black licorice, I cannot stop her from what she's going to do to you.
I don't know what
No one
flavor
would
it
blame
is.
her.
It's just a hard candy, and I will gesture it to her.
She actually looks a little aggressive at first, and Tarek says to her, you hear Tarek behind her, you hurt any of them, I will spend the next week submerged in a lake. She immediately calms down.
My dear, I mean you no harm.
She slowly, tentatively walks up, and you can feel the heat. Like she puts her palm out.
I will place the candy. I don't know if you can, but I hope you enjoy it.
She looks at Tarek, and Tarek nods, and she pops it in her mouth, and it just slowly starts burning away. You can actually see, you can see through her, so it starts burning away in her stomach, and she gives you a little grin. Thank you.
I am happy you enjoyed it. You are quite sweet, workout.
Oh, and she's blushing, but you can't tell because she's made of fire.
Yeah.
How does such a thing happen?
That's a
If
story
you
for
don't
when we're
mind
not in the
me-
middle of a potentially murderous situation. We're not done yet.
Fair enough.
I promise I will tell you everything you want to know.
Druids
Because
have an odd relationship with the elementals in some form or another. This is just a very powerful manifestation, I guess. It's quite nice to meet you, and it's quite impressive that you two can commingle within a single form, safely.
As soon as he hears the word safely, he kind of side-eyes Henry. You saw what happened at the campsite the other day, right?
Yes, but you're not being burnt from the inside out rapidly, in
Only
agonizing pain at all times until your entire form is but ash. Correct?
No, she's Ash. And he points at her.
I appreciate the joke. I've seen fire elemental specifically engulf an individual and consume them. It's
We're working on it.
not a good sight.
This is not quite symbiotic, but going to try to make it be.
Well, I wish
She
you
can
both
she
the
can help me a
best.
lot. If she can help me bring back natural order to whatever the hell's going on here, then I will do my best to try to bond her more into my spirit. But I'm hoping someday I can find a wizard powerful enough to give her a new shell, I guess, if you would say.
Yes. Reuse, recycle. The necromancy way.
Yeah, we've been together for a little while, but that's why she was getting antsy at the campsite.
It's why the tent fireball, yes.
Yes. Yeah, she likes to throw fire bolts. She thinks it's fun. She likes seeing things burn. I mean, she's a fire elemental. Why? I can't fault her for it. Hell, it's fun for me occasionally too, depending on what I'm burning.
Fair. Fair.
She got a little carried away with the kobolds, is why she hadn't seen so many things burn at the same time like that. She's young. I'm training her. Maybe someday we'll be separated and go our separate ways. Maybe we'll be together forever. We'll see. I just hope to hell I can control her as she grows in strength. And he turns to Ash. Wave goodbye, baby. And Ash gives you guys a little wave as Tarek drops the magical thing, and she rushes back into him, hits him. Alicia has a force, and the his burns go back to being very very visible, and his eye goes back to orange, and the stripe in his hair comes back out.
Well, thank you for sharing. I appreciate you confiding with us. something that you seemingly hold near and dear, to yourself.
She's sort of like my daughter at this point. I mean, she calls me daddy. I'm the only one she's ever really known.
Well, thank you for the confidence.
I don't think we have a choice anymore. I mean, him over there is apparently, I point at Barbaros. I mean, he apparently has about 10 years worth of therapy he needs to go to anyway. At least.
We
So
also
I
need to have.
sit there, got my hand on my head. I can hear you.
Wasn't trying to
Yes.
be quiet.
Oh,
seem
God,
to
it
have-
hurts.
Gotten to know each other quite well, even in the past few days, and much more so in the last 30 minutes.
And Henry, I kneel down to Henry again. I would much love to see your memory come back.
I would too. I'm mildly terrified of who I was in the past, because I just don't, for fear of the unknown and such. So I hope that I am still a good person.
I throw a pebble at him.
Ow. That was unkind.
Doesn't matter who you were. It's who you are.
And who you become.
There she goes. Took her right out my mouth.
I appreciate the confidence. I do. Thank you. Thank you. But we have a job to do. We're supposed to be exploring this tower.
There may be dead or dying people. That is
On your
what we
feet,
were
mule.
after when we entered it here. We have lingered for some time.
Character steps up. I do want to say one more thing. I very much apologize for everything I said to each and every one of you. I'm a little too observant.
You can buy the next round. I'll call it good.
That's fair. Thank you for not immediately casting me out of the party after I essentially psychoanalyzed all of you and pulled out your deepest, darkest fears.
Barbaros
Very
gets up after
sorry.
being called a mule, stands and snorts blood on the ground near Seth's feet. No, it's a trial. It's supposed to be hard.
Yep.
How else are you supposed to be able to get through the god of war and battle's approvals without some bloodshed? War is humiliating. And the spirit of fear runs through men amok. We all must face it. We all must fight it. Otherwise, there is no other way to go forward.
Henry will make his way over to Barbaros, and having he had seen what I did to Velnerith, he'll just tap his knee, the side of his knee with his staff, and just look up at him, waiting for him to kneel.
I think he wants you to kneel down.
Yes, these knees are old.
So
Maybe not
aren't
as old
mine.
as yours. As he creaks down to look you at eye level.
I will lean in close enough and say something so it's soft enough that no one else can hear. The past is hard to deal with. If you wish to speak of it at any moment in time, do not hesitate to come to me. I may forget, but I'm always in ear.
Barbaros nods. Thank you, Henry. In time, perhaps. In time.
And then I give him a little bonk on the top of the head. And remember the lesson. And then he just kind of goes back to what he was doing.
Barbaros winces. Still hurts, you know.
That's the point of a lesson. It won't stick
No.
unless it causes some kind of pain.
No, it's because Seth's head's as thick as a bull's. Stands up.
I think I have
I
a
s-
dent the shape of you in it.
I think your father might have been a goat.
That would explain why they were not a fan of the Beowulfs.
Ugh.
God, you
Ah.
suck so hard, you old snapdragon.
I walk over to Seth and just place my hand on his forehead and cast Cure Wounds on him too.
Oh, Oh, that's the best cure for a hangover.
Yeah, it's very nice and warm. It's you feel a little bit of like grass movement across your head. Let's
Oh,
see what do I
man.
get here. I got that's eight healing points.
Nice. Oh, yeah, that feels lovely.
Druid healing is very, very nice.
Yes.
Hey, I think it
Alright.
actually fixed the chunk of that skull that kobold took out earlier.
So,
It's just-
you all have finished the first trial. And there is a doorway to the right, doorway to the left, a stairway up, a stairway down. Which way are you headed?
Split the party.
Can I
What
step
about
into the
you
fourth
guys?
dimension?
No.
Oh, please.
Nope.
Can we do level
Alright.
3?
Where was that blood coming from?
Did I actually? I didn't find out where the blood was coming from. I just saw that it went, like it was just pulled up on the ground and then stopped. Right? Like there was
Just
no.
in the entryway. In here, there is no blood.
Except for ours.
In fact, Barbaros, you just snorted some blood onto the floor, and as you all go to investigate looking for more blood, yours is gone.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
God of wars and battles always thirsts. Very well. So then, we descend down or we climb up?
I take out a silver coin that I said I kept near my person, which is imprinted with the likeness of Hylia, the goddess of travels, tricksters, thieves, and smugglers.
Well, her head up. The ass of the old donkey god down.
Do
I
we not
flip
want to
that-
clear this floor first before we move in a direction?
Perhaps left and right first.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, that's it. Left and right are instantly doorways to stairwells. It's a stairwell down and a stairwell
Oh,
up.
sorry. I thought you.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought you said that
Yeah,
there was
it's
two
just
doors and also
right at the
stairwells.
entryway, which was just
Yeah.
like a slightly alcoved-in room, and then it was just this massive open chamber.
That's why I asked about the fourth dimension because you gave me like 7 directions. And I was like, "What's happening?"
Let
Yes.
us let the goddess of travels guide us as I toss the coin into the air.
All right.
Roll a
So-
D2.
I was gonna say, DM, tell me which way we're going. But all right.
No.
no,
flip a
actually,
coin.
roll
Flip
a
coin,
die.
roll a
1 through
D2.
3. 1 through 3 is left. 4 through 6.
No, there's a D2.
All right, so
there's a coin.
evens is right, odds is left. So odds, we got a 1.
All right. So you're going left. So that's down. Okay. And Henry, your dancing lights are still up. Are you bringing them with you?
Yes, I keep the group illuminated, and if we need to see anything in a specific area, then I try to move them in those areas to keep it lit.
Okay. So you all head left into the winding staircase down. I get a marching
Favorite
order,
side
please.
coin.
Yeah,
On the
collect my
while
coin.
we're grouping up again, I want to tap Barbaros' shield again, and cast a light. They would have worn off by now.
There you go. This hateful woman, she had to choose down.
As I collect the coin and put it inside a next to near my chest again.
Always into the dark with this one.
I don't know if everyone remembers session 2. Barbaros doesn't like underground.
Yep,
Mm.
no, not in the slightest. Would not
Oh, yeah,
go into
we-
the cellar.
Yeah. Not
But,
a fan of underground places.
But you're the
Surprising
one that
you
flipped the
let it-
coin, so you're the only
Yeah.
one that can blame. You can only blame yourself for this one.
I knock on his shield. I'll go first this time, old man.
Fair enough.
So Seth goes first. Who's behind?
Barbaros behind.
Barbaros.
I'll go after.
Elmerith.
Actually, no, I'm gonna stay behind Henry.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stay in the back.
Sandwich him somewhere.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
All right. Seth, Barbaros, Henry, Velnerith, and then Tarek. You said you were taking up the rear, so Fane, you'll be behind Velnerith.
Sounds good.
Okay. You start heading down, and Henry, you're keeping your dancing lights moving above you and expels the shadows away and just makes way to more of this uniform slate gray stone all the way down. And after what feels like probably 2 stories of like a slow, just sloping descent, you come into another entryway-like room, similar to the entrance of the first floor. And the dancing lights have fully illuminated the space. There is no door, only an archway. And the light does not expel any of the darkness in the archway.
I'm sorry. It seems that my spell isn't having an effect.
It's not on you. This is more trickery.
Do we see any letters, words, in the area, in the archway?
I would be looking at the archway first to see if I can find a celestial.
Yes. Once more, infernal writing, or a writing you don't recognize, and celestial. And you see the words back and back again.
I turn around.
Okay.
Come with
Stairway
me.
leading up.
I'm gonna solo. Hold on. I'm gonna walk up the stairs one flight.
Okay.
Do I
There's
come
no
along this?
landing, but you walk up what feels like gauging the level of the stairs, and you're just still in the stairway.
There's no arch that says back and back again. I'm gonna go up a little further. Do I just end up back in the room that we were in?
You do. Mirror at the center.
Okay. I will go back down the stairs.
Do you want to look in the
Okay,
mirror?
well, it says, but I don't know why I didn't tell you this before I walked away. It says back and back again, so I thought maybe there was some weird illusion magic going on, but seems fine. Well, not fine. Obviously, there's pitch blackness in here that we can't
I
dispel.
turn my back to the arch, and I walk backwards in.
Okay. You step in, and you
Be on the other
all
side, gents.
watch as Seth is immediately enveloped in the darkness.
Can we stop walking into these traps, please, without evaluating anything?
Does the person
Just
who did it the
stare,
first
Tarek
time?
staring daggers at Velner at this point.
Seth, how far do you go? You just keep on walking. It is
Go about,
pitch black.
Go about 10 feet. I can't see them out of it.
As soon as you step through the archway, you are in complete black.
All right. Well, since I'm still facing the way that the original entrance was, I'll go ahead and go forward again.
Okay. You take a few steps forward and right back where you were.
Any success?
Up. It's nothing but pitch black in there. I couldn't even see you guys.
Oh, good.
Should we try
This
to follow
reminds
the
me.
walls?
Say again?
We try to follow the walls.
Let's try that. Whoop. Step back in.
No, I'm gonna grab him by I'm gonna like move up. I'm gonna grab him. I'm not gonna pull him or anything. I'm putting my hand on his shoulder. I'm gonna reach into my pack and grab some rope.
Oh, yeah. That would be a good idea.
I this
Yes.
to
Tie it
yourself.
around my waist. I'll toss him
Not-
my rope as well.
Just pull the ripcord if you need to.
I'm gonna toss
And
you with my...
I will hand portions of the rope to everybody in the party except Henry.
There was a
Fair.
time. There was a time in the war on the eastern fronts of the wilds. In the larger fogs that would come through the forests down from the hills, the Brayhoods would call with their wicked sorceries. We'd have a bell that would ring amongst the ranks, among the pennants, to be able to keep rank and file, and whistles. Barring those things, a rope is good, but mind you to not bind yourself to it. You can tangle us all and drag us down into a hole, a pit, a well.
Yeah, that's a good point then.
Seth, what is your passive perception?
My passive perception is... Where are you? Let's see. Passive perception is normally just your... Oh, yeah. 16.
16. While you were in the dark, you heard whispers. They were incoherent. You couldn't make out words, but there was just like a light. There was
Some kind of
language,
note.
clearly some type of language that you couldn't comprehend. Just whispering.
I pricked my ears for a second. Not sure if it was just me, but I think I heard some kind of whispering while I was in there. Couldn't understand it. Seemed more like it could have been either an illusion or just a trick of the mind.
Yeah,
Sure thing.
possibly.
While
I'll
we're
put
doing
my
this,
hand-
I'm tying two ball bearings together on a string, like a clacker on my finger. Just like you said, Barbaros. Tick, 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 tick.
I'll listen for it. I'll keep one hand on this rope too.
Oh. Into the unknown. Take a
Okay.
step forward.
Does anybody else like daisy chain in, or are you all just holding the rope and letting Seth go in alone?
I'm
going
just
in with
holding the
him.
rope tight enough where, well, he can drag it, obviously, but enough where if the
Tension.
second he pulls on it, I'm just gonna yank.
Okay. So Barbaros and Seth, you hold the rope and head into the darkness. And as you both step in, and with Seth having pointed it out, Barbaros, you also do hear just unintelligible whispers. But it sounds pleasant,
Oh, Lord. Is this
musical almost.
Oh,
are these the Fae?
that's the worst.
Keep that clacker going. Sing a song
click.
and keep us going.
I'm going to
Can we
reach
hear
out
them
to the side where the
talking on the
wall
other
used to be.
side?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
I'm going to start reaching out to where the wall used to be, like Fane said.
Okay. Are you heading to the left or the right?
Since we came in, I'm going to start with the right, since it'll be on my on my easier side.
Adventurers go left. Brave, brave, brave going right. Okay. So you start heading right, hand to the wall. And it is smooth wall, and you feel it curving ever so slightly, just like the room above.
Feels like it's cylindrical.
How far do you go?
I'm going to go about... How far do you think we should go, Barbaros?
So we played out the rope.
All right, then yeah, I'm going to go about 60 feet. I tossed Tarek an extra 50, so if need be.
Yeah, so we have 100 feet of rope right now.
So, we'll assume Velnrith ties more rope to the back of it as it starts to steadily leave your hands. And
Click, clack. To let them know that there's still sound.
Seth, Barbaros, you continue on heading right along the wall. And you all hear the click-clack growing fainter, but still there. And
As
then...
they... Oh.
Go ahead, Fane.
As they lead out, I would like to, hearing them talk about the whispers, I would like to, holding onto the rope loosely, just take a step in, just to get my head inside the darkness and see if I understand what's being said.
Okay. What languages do you speak?
Celestial, Elvish, Sylvan, and Common.
You do recognize this as celestial. And it is... You can't tell it is just unembodied voice, that's the word.
Disembodied?
Disembodied, that's the fucking word. Disembodied
Powerful one.
voices. It's
there.
like a chorus of them whispering over and over. Fear not. Fear not. Fear not. And as that clicks, all of you suddenly realize the clicking stops. The rope goes completely slack. Fane, Barbaros, Seth, you were all shunted out of this space.
Son of a bitch!
Yep.
And
Don't do it.
the three of you find yourself back at the entrance. The stone
Man.
door slid shut, sealing the temple.
Hmm.
And there is script written in the wall. And in
Reach for a stick and boop Fane on the head. I think you're the only one that can read this, buddy.
in Celestial, you see the words, I clash and roar, yet brand no sword. I wage on fields where silence soared. What am I?
God, oh, what am I, Riddle?
Wait.
Please say that one more time.
Yeah, say that again.
Post in the chat. I can't
Yeah.
remember words that
Yeah,
well.
I need to look at it.
Well, we're not
Gotcha.
we're not there.
No, I
Thane,
know.
This
But
yeah.
is
this is one of those things where I want to know it before the people that should know it know it.
As soon
Yeah.
as the rope goes slack, by the way, Tarek looks at Henry and Velnareth. No matter what I do, I'm on the wrong side of this damn thing.
That's the thing. We don't entirely know you're on the wrong side.
Well, I can't be mean my way out of this, so I don't.
I mean,
I
can't
don't
you?
know.
Doesn't look like I set anything on
Fane.
fire. He's like, he's good in his head. He's going through all of his options of things he can do. None of them are working.
Clash in your the brand no sword. I wage on fields with silent sword. These I do not like some of these words you've chosen for this translation, friend. They are synonyms for other things. Riddles.
Don't like the way you translated that.
We're not there though, right?
no,
No.
this is just Seth, Barbaros, and Fane.
Damn.
Doesn't
'Cause I think I
lightning or
already figured it
thunder
out
do
too.
that?
Yep.
I was gonna say, doesn't lightning or thunder flash and roar without a sword? And regardless of silence, it can be there.
I'm worried what happens if we guess wrong. Also, how do we submit an answer?
Oh, well, perhaps if it was clash and roar, maybe you mean thunder then.
That's what I could assume.
But what about
Sit
branding
up.
a sword?
Unsheathe my blade. Nope, doesn't seem like it cares about that. Strange. Resheath it. I'm gonna look around a little bit in this room because we're basically right back at the entrance. You said?
You were at the entrance of the temple. You were in the
Oh, like-
stairway that led to the entrance. Like outside.
So we're outside.
Mhm.
There's still blood on the ground.
There's no sign of any blood here at all.
An
So you sent
illusion?
them to the fourth dimension, but you won't send me there?
Nah.
Not
I
special
do not
enough.
like this. I do not like this word brand. Has too many connotations and meanings. To leave something behind to mock. And it has none of these. What does it mean to wield? Again, this language that these creatures speak has too many meanings. I do not like riddles.
And you are not alone in this.
Prefer the tongue of my own forefathers. It's much more direct. Its emotions come upon you, and they do not mystify. Wage on fields. What does this mean? Where silent sword. What sword is silent? An arrow? An owl?
Wouldn't Tarek love that?
You of the long-lived folk, you like to play with words and name many things. Come, puzzle this out.
My people are long-lived. I am not. But perhaps the wind.
The wind. This is as good an answer as thunder. So where do we submit this answer? I see no beast or creature. Perhaps we do something?
I'm going to put my
Um,
hand on the door
Okay.
I give it just a general push with like minimal force first,
Nothing.
and then full strength behind it.
Roll me a strength check.
Yep. That I can do.
This is why whenever we were seeing a one that would wave his hands and chant in the fields of battle, we put as many bolts in him as possible.
Fair.
5!
5?
Yeah.
Oof.
Now screw that. Burning my inspiration. I refuse. I am not a chump. 22.
There you go.
22?
Yep. Dig deep.
You shove your shoulder straight into that door, push with all your might, and it does not budge.
All right. Oh, that answers my question. My guess is
have-
we maybe say the answer whilst placing a hand upon the door, like a lock to a key, or to a key, or vice versa.
Or
I've taken a lot of head injury from Barbaros.
You've taken injury.
you've done
You're
a number
made
on
of
each other.
metal, as far as I'm concerned.
I have a thought, but it is concerning. The
Hello?
whispers.
You've seen the
you-
two of us. There are none.
The whispers that you heard, those were celestial as well as this riddle.
Ah,
Oh,
I'm
that's
wondering
what
if
that
we need
was.
to answer it in celestial, but if I say the word and I get it wrong, what happens? And do you, the two of you, get another chance if I am wrong?
well, I assume you should probably give the answer. Wow. Is it possible you could whisper to us? Hey, I do not like this thing. Can it know what a whisper is? Does it understand intention? Damn, these sorcerers and wizards.
Indeed. I wish we had Henry
Venerable.
to offer her some insight.
If you're the one who knows Celestial and can speak the words, perhaps then you translate them to us in the common tongue and we try to speak it thusly.
Which would we like to try first? Between wind and thunder, I will write the other as close as I can in common, so that you may phonetically try to speak it. If I am wrong and something happens.
We'll look this up, shoot you for it.
All right. I suppose we'll shoot for it.
Which shall we try first?
I'd say wind. Though thunder
Rock, paper,
Yeah,
scissors.
scissors. Let's see.
Same. Do again.
Roll the
Rock,
purple shears.
paper, scissors, shoot.
You know what? This is a god of war, is it not? Wind
Yes.
feels far too gentle for something as calamitous as war.
Well, bring the thunder then.
I would assume thunder first, and then, with any luck, it works. If not, well, I guess we'll have to fight whatever happens after that, won't we?
Indeed. And
If
they're
it's
both
following
wrong,
the theme.
I'm not headbutting you again, old man.
No, pray we don't.
Bane will do their best to phonetically write out wind in and from celestial to common on the ground.
Easy enough to accomplish.
And in trying with all of the things, will walk up and put their hand on the door, and in celestial say thunder.
Okay. You do so, and nothing happens.
Well,
Gently push the door.
Doesn't
Oh.
budge.
Doesn't work.
I didn't die. That is
I'm not gonna lie, that puts us at least one step forward from where we were.
yes. I feel more confident now.
Wasn't there blood on something the last time something wished passage through here?
Ah, hell.
Oh, it got passage at least then.
Alright, hold on a second.
Shall I try
Open
the
your
other?
mouth, Snaggletooth.
God, I think there's something still loose back there.
Let me
Open
see.
up. Yeah.
Put my finger on one of his teeth. There we are.
Oh, you taste disgusting.
Of course I do. What do you think I do most of the time? I chew
Eat
stick.
kobold.
I chew stick, eat cobalt, imbibe God knows how many different alchemical components. How else am I going to know what it does? And I drink like a fish.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
smear
Smear my
blood
blood
on
on
the
it.
door.
Try that again.
Thane will place their hand on the door over
Also,
the
you
blood.
hurt my finger.
And say thunder in celestial.
Nothing happens.
They'll keep their hand there and say wind.
Nothing happens.
They'll keep their
Oh,
hand there
right,
and
arrow.
say blood.
Nothing happens.
Well, I am out of ideas.
And while
I
you
know.
are all brainstorming, Henry, Velnorith, Tark, the rope has gone slack.
Yeah.
And the
I would-
clicking has stopped.
I would give them a couple minutes before I would actually just sigh and follow them in. But if one of them wants to do something before that, then that's fine.
It's this is disconcerting. I know it's trials, so but the trials can be deadly in certain situations. Should we follow suit or just wait?
I mean, either
See
they're
no
dead or they're
reason
not.
to follow.
Either they're dead or they're not. I suppose at this point, I don't know what my plan was when it went slack. Honestly,
I didn't in fact expect it to go slack. I expected something along the lines of a tug from the other side, and then you pull. But
oh, I'm gonna actually just take the rope and I'm just gonna pull it all out, back out. Is there any like change to it, or is it just pristine rope?
Pristine rope.
Okay.
Is it cleanly cut?
It doesn't look like their rope was. It is the same length of rope that went in. You can
Okay.
actually see like a little bit of like residual blood just from how bloody Seth was on the rope,
Yeah.
just from holding it. But it doesn't look like there was like a fresh wound on her. or anything.
Well, it didn't burn them, at least probably.
Hmm.
Yeah, screw it. Velnorith, you make the bad choices. You go first.
Shots fired.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I will you stay here. I will go with you. We should not vent. Well, truth be told, all
Shouldn't
three of us
split
should go together.
together.
So because we're odd number at this point, and we shouldn't have a single individual fighting a battle alone. That didn't work out for the last room. We should go in together.
Let's go.
All right. You all step in together.
I'm
Yep.
going.
Okay. You all step into the dark. Do you go left or right or straight?
Did we see which way they went?
As soon as they stepped in, they vanished, but the rope did pull against the right side of the arch.
Okay, that's
Uh,
more what I was looking for.
Now,
Yeah, then-
do we follow or do
I would
we
follow. Yeah, I would immediately start following the rope
I would follow
where it was.
to where they went to try to
Mhm.
get to them.
I will stay with the group.
So, as you all step in and immediately start to put your hands to the right wall, Tark, speak understanding celestial. You hear the words, just a cacophony of whispers. It's fear not, fear not, fear not. And as you're walking, it's do not run, do not run. Turn back, face it, turn back, face it. And Velnorith,
Mm-hmm.
you
Well-
understand the words.
When I hear turn back, the second time I hear turn back, I turn around.
Okay. Do you just stop and turn around?
I'm gonna say to them, 1 second, just hold to the wall. I'm gonna walk back and follow the wall back to the entrance of the room.
Okay.
Am I hearing the same stuff?
You are.
Meanwhile, Henry has wandered off now in the dark.
Okay.
No,
So
Henry probably stayed
I-
because he just doesn't know where to go.
did I get eaten
would
by a
have
wildebeest?
my hand on Henry so that way he doesn't get lost.
Yeah. I'm gonna do. Did I get eaten by a wildebeest? Like what happens when I go back to the?
As you head back, you come back to the entrance into the dark.
Nothing's changed that I can see.
Nothing has changed.
Okay, I'll go back to where I'll go back and I'll follow that wall again. Do I reach them again?
Yeah, you reach
Okay.
them, no problem.
Just figure he walks in. Bump. Oh, hi. There you are.
Man, I
So
wish I
you guys-
didn't speak. I wish I didn't speak Celestial. These guys are bullshit. Anyway,
Do you all continue on?
Yes.
yeah.
I stick
Okay.
with the group, yeah.
You get 40, 50, 60 feet, and you are shunted out of the space, and you are outside at the entrance. And Barbaros, Fane, and Seth are all standing around the door, just kind of squabbling back and forth over words that are written there. You see some blood smeared on the door, and Fane's got their hand on it.
Try battle.
Uh,
War.
well, hello.
Hey.
Oh,
The hell?
nice of you to join us.
Why are we
Good.
outside?
Yes.
Well, I'm happy to see you're alive.
Think we
What
are,
are
at
you
least.
doing?
I'm trying
That's
to open the door. There seems to be a riddle.
I pick up some of the dirt from the ground. Henry, can you identify this?
Sure. It'll take me a moment.
No, I mean, do you see what this is?
What are you holding in your hand again?
Dirt.
It's dirt.
Yes, but I literally just pulled this out from where that pool of blood was before we came into this temple. And now it's just dirt.
Interesting.
And the bloody handprint went away. That blood is mine. That was intentional.
DM, I look around the space. We saw subtle hints when we first came in that like a camp had been here. Are those hints specifically still here, or are they gone?
They are gone.
Ooh.
Seeing the road that we came down, does it look like it continues, or does it look like it seemingly fades from existence?
As you look, strangely, your perception's just a little off. You can't tell. The road stretches on for forever, but the details seem to waver in and out.
Did they read us the riddle?
No, they have not told us the riddle yet. It seems we are not where we have been, but somewhere different entirely.
I had a feeling this was something along the lines of extra-dimensional.
What you
Or
have
an
not
illusion?
you have not have described. Why are you bleeding?
Oh, we figured maybe it needed blood.
What?
I point at the squiggles. You
I
said it was a riddle and we weren't sure what opens the door. We tried saying the thing, nothing happened. I tried pushing the door, nothing happened.
what
We
does-
figured maybe you had to
what-
put your
what
hand
is-
on it and say the
What
thing.
is the riddle?
what are the words?
Fane will read the riddle.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just
Um,
point at Fane.
And we'll say, we have already tried wind, thunder, blood, and I believe Seth.
I was recommending we try war or battle.
He is the god.
And
But-
clashing and roaring without a sword is capable if you are merely a concept, not quite a fighter. And you are waged where once silence soared.
Tarek walks up to the door. The ocean.
You just say the ocean.
I say the ocean.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happens.
Fane will say war in Celestial. With their hand on the
As-
door, on the blood.
As you utter the word war with your hand on the door, rhymes. It and shifts to the side.
Well, that seemed easy enough.
Yeah, we got there eventually.
No,
What the hell took you guys so long with it?
The strike a post.
You guessed the ocean. And Fane will walk inside.
I
cast
assumed you had
Tower.
tried. I assumed you had tried the domain of the deity that we were at the temple of.
I begin
as
swaggering
you
in through the door.
As you step through the door, the rest of you watch as Fane vanishes. And Fane, you step out of the archway of the dark room into the bottom of the stairway that you were just in.
Over the lip, path the gums. Look out, monster! Here I come.
It seems our compatriot is moving forward. It
Jumping in.
might not be the worst idea to follow suit just in case he comes across something.
Oh
dangerous.
God, I'm on it. He's diving, shielded, mace up.
I guess we're
Okay.
going. And I'm gonna hobble my way as quick as I can into the door frame. We just
Fane
mean,
like
no.
stops short because like, where am I? Oh, I'm back at the bottom of the stairs. Does Barbaros just collide in the back of me?
Absolutely. Just bowls right over you.
Parsh can follow suit, I guess.
Does everybody
Hilarious.
follow suit through the door?
Yeah.
Yep, I'll go behind him.
Yeah, well, go figure. I would probably stop to look at Fan too and get nailed by other people coming through me. It's like
Yeah,
you have
you
the
all-
body weight of a small girl.
Just Henry just stick right up Barbaros's ass.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My Quaker.
Nope.
Gonna
No Cadwin. No.
muddle through. Jesus.
Actually, no, Barbaros would actually have one. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
All right. So you all move through the doorway and reappear at the bottom of the winding staircase. And as you've entered your way back into the temple, we'll end it there for tonight. Thanks everybody for hanging out and watching this. Yep.
This.
That was
Oh,
that was a lot more
fun.
roleplay than I expected off of a mirror. That was awesome. I
That was
loved
cool.
it.
I mean, it helps
Hey.
that we rolled what like
Oh my
10
God.
fails on Barbaros. That was
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, I'm starting to think wisdom isn't really this group's saving throw.
What are you
Decidedly
talking
not.
about? I got a 24.
I
Sure,
got it
you
on
do
the
have a good
second
wisdom.
roll.
I got on the
Rule of
second roll.
averages, so you could be the only one that's out when that happens.
I
This
think
one.
everyone else did okay except for Barbaros.
This one right here did it.
Hey,
I
averages.
was waiting to miss more of those because that may have escalated very quickly.
I was running out of mean things to say.
I know, Vilnius got
hey.
scared.
We're grading on a curve.
Are we off or are
Yes.
we still on?
I
No,
would
we're
have
still
loved
on.
to have the wizard just
Oh, okay.
duking it out. Would have been great.
Yeah,
No,
the
we're
only thing I could have
still
thought
on.
of when Henry went was I was gonna just tackle him, just hold him
Oh.
still and gag him so that at least he
Oh.
couldn't say anything
That's a concept.
and just be like, talk to him, do something.
Amazing.
All right, so we're done.
Close this
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
close it out.
Well, I guess
Hell
I
yeah.
will. All right. Well, thank you all for coming.
Oh, I already said the thing, and then we all started talking. But yeah, no. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you in 2 weeks for more of Grey Nor's Temple. Be a good time.
Bye.
Bye.